Welcome, bitches and bitchettes, to the best podcast this side of the motherfucking internet. So make sure to place your tray tables in the upright position, because we about to take off on this mind-blowing journey. Your hosts on this motherfucking trip tonight are none other than Greg Runge, Rebel the Scum, Slow-Mo, Toby, and last but certainly not motherfucking least, the Regulators. So hang on tight to your motherfucking hats, glasses, joints, and drinks, because you just got hit with the four-letter word. Take it away, motherfuckers.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all? How was the week?
Hola.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm glad to see. I don't recognize some of these people. This is cool, man.
God damn, that's a big group of people coming in right away.
Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. How was your week, fellas? Let's start how we always start, man. How was your week? Anything interesting?
I got a new thing started with What a Goofball over on TikTok. We're going to do a little series where him, his Ma character, and me, we beat the shit out of each other and utilize my Alexa in between.
See, I've always like envied y'all that can do like OCs and shit. Like I think that's cool as fuck to just like get into that kind of shit. I wish I could do that kind of shit.
Too. You just gotta fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not creative on that level. Like I can sit down and write fucking comedy, you know, if I have to.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Rebel. I was told a long time ago when somebody first approached me about being part of what was it, Syndicate back in the day for all these OCs. I was like, yeah, I don't have an OC, and they were like, you are an OC, like your personality itself. I would say the same for you, brother.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. I guess I can kind of see, you know, me being a. I've been told that. I've heard that. I appreciate that. I think, man.
Oh, it's a compliment. Trust me.
Mo, what about you, man? What happened this week?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, living life. Birthday's coming up.
Oh shit! How old you gonna be? 19?
27. Hey,
ooh, man. Yeah, you know I got you, man.
How many times people like, oh, you turning 40? That's the big 40. I'm like, no, I am not.
Hey, listen, you know, black don't crack. So, like, really, I would have never figured it out. I mean, fat don't crack either. I look 12. Okay, if I shave this motherfucker off, I'll look 10. Okay, like it's over with. Bobby's laughing because he's seen me without the goatee. So you know,
I can't even imagine it, man. I feel like we go from Rebel to like altar boy. Like I feel like
yeah,
look, just the innocent, straight up innocent look.
Like when I first started TikTok, I actually didn't have the goatee, and then when I got it, everybody was like going back to my old shit. Like, this is really fucking weird. Why am I looking at this right now?
Mo, I don't want to let you know. I didn't want you to feel alone. So this week I decided to go out and get a microphone just like yours. And I was hoping that maybe we could at least sound somewhat similar this week. Are we good right now?
I don't know. Look, all right. Look, you want me to hold the mic up right here? I can do that too.
Hello. That's like the best your mic gets right there.
My name is Toby.
Like it's working.
Yeah. What about Bobby, Eddie? What about y'all, man? What's going on up y'all's way?
Not much. We just went to a mud bash this weekend. That's about all we had going on.
It looked like that was a hell of a lot of fun, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. We was only an hour away from you.
Hey, Grimlock's coming. We need to get Mo.
One time. It was one time, Greg Grimlock. It was one time.
Grimlock is the
Mo. If you don't put that on a t-shirt.
That's got to be on a t-shirt. That's got to be on a t-shirt.
It was one time.
It was one time.
Just on the back of my foot, don't ask.
Yeah.
Mo,
that's it. It was one time. Don't worry about it.
It was one time.
One time that Mo found the clit. You guys hear that?
That's it. Time. He found it the once.
One time.
Oh
yeah, that's right. I did. I started a fire. I totally forgot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you do some writing?
No. Look, hold on, Toby. Too soon, Toby. Too soon.
My bad. Rebel, you gonna be all right, bro?
Good. Inhale. Come on the inhale. I was not expecting that.
What's up, Joey?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I had got carpeting installed, and
Yeah.
I stupidly put everything to one side of the house, and I took a shower, jumped out, and I was like, shit, my clothes are on the other side. So I threw on my other clothes, some random clothes, and by that time, I had my butt bumped up against the stove. I heard the clicking. It's a gas stove. I heard the clicking, so I'm like, oh shit, let me turn it off. I just reached behind me. And about 8 seconds later, my back got hot as shit. So I'm like, what the fuck what is wrong? I look back and it's big ass fire. Shit, it was at that point. I'm like, I couldn't say words. I'm like, shit, fire! It's a shit fire right here, shit. And
Shit!
Poured a bunch of water on it. Yeah, probably not the smartest.
Good job, yeah, Mo. You're full of them though. It sounds like, man.
Hello to everybody in the chat. How you guys
That's
doing
right,
tonight?
y'all. How's everybody doing? Greg, what about you, man? How was your week? Anything fun?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I actually got kidnapped by my buddy yesterday, was it? And we went out and jumped on a canoe and went out to the intercoastal and watched the rocket launch, man. It was pretty dope.
Oh,
That's
shit.
fucking
You got to
cool.
see that live?
Those
Oh,
lucky
yeah,
fuckers leaving Earth at
That's
this
fucking
time.
cool. Yeah, picked the
absolutely.
right time.
Sign me
The
up.
motherfuckers was fighting to get on that motherfucking thing.
I don't know if you guys have been watching Greg's videos, but that son of a bitch lives in a mansion. If you haven't noticed,
Yeah, I saw that.
nice clean living over there, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rich
I'm
old
really-
white guy living
Rich
in his
old white
mansion.
guy.
You don't know nothing.
Rich old white guy dancing in his mansion.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
That shit
It
was
says
fucking
green
hilarious.
screen right on
It
there.
was funny if
That shit
Greg's
was
looking
fucking
around on the
hilarious.
green screen.
Greg, your mic is really low too. I don't know if anybody else.
Is it really?
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
it seemed like
kind of low.
Yeah, it's a little bit low.
Did you borrow one from Slow Mo this week?
God, he be catching us on the shit.
You know, I think Toby hates it's because I'm black. That's what it is, ain't it?
Oh,
what
That's
it is.
exactly what it is.
Hey, brother.
That's exactly what it is.
I am
Come on now, Black Lives Matter. Slow Mo. I got
I'm over here like I'm just gonna feed into this bullshit. I don't give a shit. That's exactly what it is, Mo. Oh shit. Well, I'm glad everybody had a good week. Some of y'all know right after the show last Sunday, I jumped in a car, drove 23 hours to Eastern Shore of Maryland from Oklahoma, and then got in a car yesterday afternoon and drove all the way back. We got back home, I don't know, like 3 hours ago. So 3 or 4 hours ago.
And now
was a
he's
good
playing
time.
with the raccoon.
Yeah.
Rebel's very responsible. He wouldn't text me while he was driving. He kept wanting to call me.
Yeah, and Bobby hates when you call him. Like, Bobby hates that shit. Like, you can't call and have a conversation with him. He's like, just text me. No punctuation using motherfucker, man. I swear to God. That's why I can't text his ass.
See, Mo,
Bobby,
look
you
at-
know what a comma is?
No, look at the comments. Look at the comments. Ray will tell you. I have black
Oh,
friends.
I'm
Don't
like-
even
I'm
get me
gonna
started
love
on not liking you because you're black.
I don't care.
Oh, it's because I'm fat. That's even worse. It's because
Oh,
I'm fat. That's
shit.
what it is.
Now you
You
got it.
got that double negative.
Now you got it.
You got that double negative, Mo. Okay, so it's like, pick one.
I'm a fat black man. Oh God.
He's like, I have nothing against black people. Fat
Oh,
fuckers.
shit.
You
Yeah.
fat fucker.
Fuck you, Toby. Leave us fatties alone. Leave the fatties alone. All right, y'all. Let's jump into it. I was like I said, I was on vacation. I was a little out of whack, but sounds like y'all got a good one set up for us this week. Here's my question, and this is the question everybody wants to know as of right now. How do we know reality?
Time out. Wait a minute. Time out.
What's up?
Hey, man, somebody just posted a comment on here and said, hey, guys, from the fucking regulator's account. Who the hell's on our damn account?
I don't fucking know.
I don't see a comment on here from the regulators account. Oh, the regulators again.
Oh, Rolo.
And Slow Mo. Oh, it's Rolo. It's Rolo.
Rolo.
It's me, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, time in.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Hey, what's that? Hey, he was like, hey, hold the
good
fuck
now.
up. Let's stop the
Are we
show. Hold the
fucking
fuck
good?
up.
Strung right now, guys. What's going on? We're just so high strung about what's going on.
Why is Mo in there
Who the
too?
fuck hacked this shit?
Who the fuck
Oh.
regulators too?
Careful.
Apparently there was some video evidence of what the Matrix of sorts. I'm not 100% up to date with this, but you know, is reality, folks? Like, I'm not gonna lie, the way things are going right now, I hope to God that's not what this shit is. Okay.
Eddie's died, y'all.
I don't believe that that's real at all. Are we playing the clip?
Do we have the clip, Rolo?
He did.
We did. Assuming we got the clip.
Once again, Rolo, you're doing God's work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Out of my heart. I appreciate all of you guys.
We love Rolo, man. Rolo, this would fall apart without Rolo.
Rolo is our favorite failure.
Oh, thank
Exactly.
you so much. That's exactly what my dad would tell me.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Before he left.
Well, it's almost Father's Day, so
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat on that.
Do I
I'm
sound
pulling it up
better?
right now.
You
Can
sound
hear
better.
me now.
Hell yeah, Greg. That's a lot better, man.
While he's cleaning
Hey,
up,
thank you.
there was something that I had read, and to keep it short, this dude got knocked the fuck out. Okay, so, but while he was knocked out, he said that from his experience, he experienced like 10 years. Okay, like graduating from college, he experienced all of this, lived through this, had kids and everything.
Amber Rose says she loves you.
He started to notice this light flickering one day. He started to notice this light flickering. And over the course of the next several weeks, he started getting dejected, and he started to realize the light wasn't real. At that point, he came to. Woke up, went to the hospital. He was in the ambulance. He was on the way to the hospital. He realized that what he went through, all of those 10 years that he experienced in that short amount of time that he was knocked out, he realized that was fake. That 10 years span was fake. But the loss that he suffered, his two kids, he had two children in this kind of his brain, or with him being knocked out.
Parallel universe.
Yeah, he experienced. He had two kids. He remembered everything from that life, but he sat there knowing that wasn't real. But his grief from those two children that he had not being real, he lived with that. He went to therapy for that. So at that point, like, my question to you is, what was real? Because to him, his children, his family, his life was as real to him as it was when he woke up.
So which one of us you think is knocked out right now?
Can I go ahead and start that real quick?
Yeah.
Where does that guy get his weed from? Because that just sounds like something I want to be a part of, if I'm being honest. Greg, you ever gotten anything that made you see alternate lives and whatnot? I need some of that.
I don't know about alternate lives, but I've definitely seen some shit.
He's like, there's some stories behind this.
Oh yeah, no, oh yeah.
All right, Roller, go ahead, Roller, man.
All right, you guys ready?
Maximize it, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead, grab it too.
We just had it.
All right,
There it is.
Go, I'm filming.
Holy
Wait,
All right, I'm gonna play it once more.
Ready, Caleb?
I haven't seen it the first time yet.
What in the fuck was that? What the fuck? What just happened there?
She glitched. She lagged out.
So
No.
she didn't pay her internet bill. So
No.
essentially, I know it looked kind of juddy, at least it did on my end. But you see this girl swing, she gets about halfway, and all of a sudden, although you see the rope continue to move forward, it's like she stopped, like the rope dead stopped and yanked her completely off of it. And she just kind of flipped and then almost bounced on something and then fell into the water. But there's nothing there. So the question is do we think that this is like somebody went in and altered this video prior to posting it? Or do we think that there's something else that happened?
I'll go with we're in the Matrix.
Solid theory.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby, then you're the motherfucker that I want to go jump off the building and try to reach the next one. Okay.
I took the blue pill.
You took. Oh yeah. Why oh why didn't I take the blue pill? Remember that question.
What do you think, Slow Mo?
Where you at with that, Mo? Where you at with the glitching
shit,
girl?
Man. So I don't know. I think it's fascinating. I tend to believe that this is real life, but then at the same time, there are certain shit that you cannot explain. You can't just explain away. Like there's one video of this car or this woman just coming out of nowhere, or this car coming out of nowhere. Busy road, you don't see the car, and then it just comes into shot. It was a viral video, but the shit just fucking appeared.
Oh shit! Hey, put Michael Polly's comment on there, because I've never seen the video like in full resolution. I've really only seen it on here, but I think Michael Polly is onto something here. And I know what you're talking about. I had rope swings growing up, and we had the same thing where you had a much thinner, smaller rope that was tied to the bottom of the rope that you would use in order to pull the rope back to you.
I mean, that's logical as fuck, but I'm going with Matrix. That's my vote.
I love the comments like from Joey. She hit her firewall trying to escape reality. Fucking, where's Grimlock? Grimlock said the rope swing is on dial up.
I don't know, man. I don't necessarily believe that things like that happen in the world, whether maybe it was a spirit, or maybe she lagged out, maybe she wasn't running high enough resolution in the game, I don't pretend to know.
She had her resolution set too high for her graphics card is what happened.
What I do know is I don't want nothing to do with that shit. You need to keep that heifer away from me, because whatever she got going on, I don't want nothing to do with it. Okay? Period. I don't get away from me with that shit. Period. In a discussion. Okay? I don't want nothing to do. I'm superstitious about that fucking shit. Okay? Bitch glitching. You got maybe she was possessed. I don't know. Maybe she was depossessed mid thing. I don't know. I could go all over the place.
Robert Ward says
I ain't slept a lot in the last few
Robert
days.
Ward says they had a recap on that video. There was a thin black rope that they used to pull the big rope back up, and she got hung up on it.
Okay, see, so we're not glitching. There is no Matrix, but I still say Matrix. I'm still going with Matrix. I've been waiting for this day.
She got her swing from an AOL CD.
Oh my god.
I mean, that could work.
All right, seriously, everybody's of all the people in here, whose first internet experience was AOL?
Oh god, yeah, I think it was.
We know Greg used the tape deck and war game styled it, but
yeah.
Took a telephone and put it onto a fucking modem.
Computers were the size of schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was me.
Yeah.
No denying that.
100%.
That was me.
I don't know. Greg might have had it better
The
back
old
then.
school, like, pump up the volume, dude.
Oh yeah. Greg's first DJing session, all the music was set in MIDI.
So did like people walk around with boom boxes and shit? Like how were you like out of college around that time? Or like how did that work?
Oh, you're talking about when AOL
when
came
I was
out,
rocking boom boxes. When I was rocking boom boxes.
I have a question for you guys. So
I
have
was
you guys ever heard of the
breakdancing. I was
Mandela?
12 years old. I was in the 6th grade.
Can you still breakdance, Greg?
Absolutely.
I know
yes.
I know what Rolo's getting ready to ask here.
All right. Have you guys ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Oh, you're damn right.
Oh yeah, let's do this. This is
Okay,
fun.
so
yeah.
here's a question for all of you guys. Has there ever existed a peanut butter called Jiffy?
Yeah.
No, it's always been Jif.
It's always been Jif.
It's always been Jif? You sure?
Always been Jif.
Y'all
Never
fucking
I
lying.
believe there was
Y'all
a Jiffy.
fucking
Any of
lying.
you guys remember Jiffy?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Slow-mo.
I from the bottom of my
Yeah.
It's
soul,
always
I
been
want to
Jif,
say
Dad.
I remember Jiffy.
No,
Yeah.
we called it Jiffy.
I remember Jiffy too.
but it's always
I
been
remember
Jif. Yep.
No, there's a Skippy. There's a Skippy peanut butter, and then there's Jif.
Skippy was the one that Annette Funicello fucking hawked back in the day.
Yeah, it had like the light blue. The label was light blue. It had the red letter says Skippy.
Yep.
That shit's fucking weird. Like this one.
I love the Mandela effect.
Shaylin's talking about it, the Berenstein Bears, and it's the Berenstein Bears, whatever the fuck it is.
Berenstain
Like,
Bears. Yeah.
Or what about Looney Tunes? Is Looney Tunes Tunes or TOONS?
thought it was TOONS.
TUNES.
TUNES.
No, I thought it was TOO.
I thought it was
TOO.
What the
It's
fuck?
TUNES.
Mo's
What the
losing.
fuck?
Mo's losing.
Yo,
Mo's whole life
y'all
has been a
motherfuckers
lie.
from a different dimension. That's what it is. That's what the fuck it is.
You're the
Nah,
only
hold
one
on.
fucked up on every one of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was TOO. What the fuck?
Nah, that don't make no sense. It had to be TOO.
No,
I'm
never
telling you.
TOONS.
I don't give a shit what the
Rolo-
fuck.
Rolo-
Curious George had a tail.
I'm telling you,
fucking
Curious
Rolo
George did not have
been chopping that
Curious George
shit.
had a fucking tail. I don't
Curious
care.
George never had a tail.
He had a fucking
Never.
tail. I don't care.
Never had a
He had
tail.
What's the other
He had a
one?
tail.
The other real
Who had
big
a
one.
tail?
Curious George.
Curious George never had.
He had a fucking
That's one of the
tail.
other ones. Is
He
whether or
never
not
had-
Curious George had a tail.
He had a fucking tail.
Never.
He
No,
had a
the
fucking
other
tail.
big one is fucking Goofy a cow. He's not
No,
a fucking cow.
He's a dog. He's a dog,
Dog,
man.
right?
Yeah.
I think he's a dog, but they say he's a cow.
He dated a cow.
Yeah.
He was fucking the cow.
Hey, here's what I'm trying to figure out. You want to talk about Goofy? You ever seen the Goofy movie? How the fuck that motherfucker be taking pictures of babies at the Walmart and afford that house, be able to take off vacation for a month, take Max all the way across the country on a fishing trip, taking pictures at the fucking supermarket?
I have no idea what you're talking.
They didn't have.
I'm
They went to night.
I thought it was just me.
You never seen the Goofy movie?
No.
We
No.
did
Never
the
seen the Goofy
Powerline
movie?
dance, remember?
No.
Yeah, the power line dance. For power line when he drives him across country, fucking goes in that thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I want to know. There's some
I
shit
have a
I think
trivia
about.
question for you guys.
Shoot.
What the fuck did the dad from Home Alone do to afford all the
That
fucking
too.
trips?
That's
What
the shit.
fuck
That's
did
the
he
little
do?
shit in these movies.
Oh shit! Yeah, hold up. He had
like,
like 22
that
kids.
big,
or some
like
shit.
extravagant ass house.
Football teams.
This
I
motherfucker
can tell
pays
you what
for
he did.
everybody to go to France.
I have to jump on that Goofy movie real quick though.
Okay, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big guy that's like into like spin-offs and shit. So the last fucking spin-off I'm gonna watch is a Goofy spin-off. Like it's Mickey Mouse and nothing, right?
The
No,
Goofy
Goofy
movie is
amazing.
like the greatest Disney movie ever. Okay, the Goofy movie is the shit. Okay, and I'm still waiting on Powerline to put out a full album. Okay, I'm still waiting.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just having Campbell.
Yeah,
You
that's
listen to all
fine.
that shit.
That's fine. But I want I want Powerline though. He sold drugs. Maybe he did. I don't know. But it's shit like this. These are some fucking plot holes that nobody answers. Like, and the whole we're taking 36
Right.
people to
I
fucking
got you right
Bermuda.
here. I got you right here. Kevin
The whole movie,
McAllister's dad. Kevin McAllister's dad was a day trader, and the mother was a fashion designer.
Yeah, man.
No
That man
No,
was-
that's
fucking
way
way.
worse
Did
than
you
what
see
I-
how
what
she
I
What I
fucking
came
dressed?
up with.
There's no way she was a
I
fucking
came up
fashion.
with it was like the Ozarks.
Yeah.
he was moving.
That coat was so 1927. There's no fucking way she was a fashion designer.
Listen,
There's no fucking way.
I have to dress this one, so it doesn't mean that the person that is the person with the eye of design. Is the,
That's some shit. I'm just saying, some of that shit's weird, man. Whether it be Goofy, all that Mandela effect shit. I don't like. What was the other one?
I love Mandela effect shit, man.
Kazam. It was Kazam. That Sinbad played a genie called Kazam. There was supposedly a movie called Kazam where Sinbad played the genie.
No, that was Shazam.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
was. It was.
No, that was
It was Shazam.
yeah.
Shaq.
Or
But it
no,
was
No,
Shaq.
Shazam was,
no, it was. It
Shazam
was.
the
It was.
superhero.
Yeah. It was
It was
Kazam,
Shazam.
and it was Shaq. But there was another one that supposedly Sinbad played, and it was Shazam.
Let's hear. Let's hear. Let me find another one here.
I think is what it was. And I was like, no, it was Shaq, and it was a terrible movie, but like it was funny. Like when Shaq plays a genie and he come out to like, why is there a 7'2" genie inside this little bitty ass
Talking
lamp?
about
Fucked
Mickey
up
Mouse?
movie.
Bro, listen, I was a kid, okay? That was the shit back in the day, okay? The Kazam movie with Shaq, big ass Shaq coming out to terrible acting. Shaq can't act for shit.
Here's the
Yeah,
other one
I'm around
here's
for
the other
something.
Mandela effect thing that was real big for people. Rich Uncle Moneybags or Pennybags, whatever his name was from the Monopoly game. Did he have a monocle or not?
I swear
Yes.
he fucking did. I
Yes.
remember
Dude,
that
he
did.
had a
I never
Never had
monocle.
one. He
had
never
a fucking monocle. Bullshit.
He never had a
But I
monocle.
remember
Not
that he
one
did.
time did he ever have a monocle.
And you know why? Do you know why I always say he did? Okay, this is me going back to another movie, but I know everybody's seen Ace Ventura
Ace
too.
Ventura.
When he comes up and you must be the Monopoly guy.
Well, just
and he's
because
got
he-
the monocle.
Just because he looks like it.
$200. Yeah.
Yeah, do not pass go. Do not collect 200. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, no, we had to have a monocle for that part to make sense.
Oh,
It's like
so Sinbad
C-3PO
was-
and a silver leg. Did he have a silver leg or was C-3PO all one color?
Hold on a minute now.
C-3PO had a silver
Hold on a
leg in the
minute.
movie.
Let's get J-Bo in the
J-Bo.
shit. Listen here,
Damn,
man.
J-Bo.
Hey, you want me?
Text you, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. That's
J-Bo.
that. Listen,
What
you
I
want me
just
to? You want me to come wash your windows or something, man? You can't just be. You know what you want me to do?
Christ.
That's cool, man.
J-Bo.
I don't know where this money goes. I'll be honest with you. I just know it comes in here, and I ain't never seen
We
none
got
of
some
it.
money lined up.
I don't know
Rolo,
where
where does it go?
Hey. Right on.
No, Darth Vader never says, Luke,
I'll
I am
take mine in a dime
Let me
bag.
double check.
He never says, Luke, I am your father. He says, no, I am
Yeah,
your
he
father.
says, "No, I am your
But
father." Yeah.
C-3PO had a silver leg. Rich Uncle Penny Bags never had a monocle. Like those are two huge Mandela effect things that always get people
I
going.
thought C-3PO had a red leg.
He does in the newest.
In the newest one. Here's my
Oh, okay.
question. This is what I really want to know
Red
about
arm,
this
not a
shit.
red leg. He still has the silver leg and the red arm.
This is what I want to know about this shit. Why?
I don't know. And nobody's ever been able to
Why?
answer as to why.
That's
he had
the question
leg.
I want. No, why do we remember things
Scrap
this
metal?
way when none of them were real?
Because they
Don't
were
know.
fucking real.
Don't know.
Like why? Why do we have vivid memories of things being a certain way when none of it fucking
Wasn't his
existed?
toy
None of it's,
all
like,
gold?
relevant. None of it's relevant. Like it's all little minor detail shit that we all remember differently.
They forget to edit it out in the glitch.
Yeah, Mr. Peanut had a monocle. There you go.
Maybe.
Burning Pee-wee
Mr.
Playhouse.
Peanut had a monocle. I
Okay,
still
but
say-
Rebel.
What's
Well,
up?
maybe I should ask Toby this.
Cowboy Curtis,
You're a little older,
was
Toby.
Peter. That's who Lawrence Fishburne was in Pee Wee's Playhouse. Cowboy Curtis.
See, that's some older shit.
Was C-3PO's toy all gold, Toby? Did you have that when you was a kid?
Yes.
He was all gold.
Was his toy the original one?
Yeah.
I had it, but I don't remember if it was or not. I'm gonna say
We're gonna look it up
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
say it probably
We're gonna
was
look it up.
just to save money, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't.
I just typed in original C-3PO toy, and all I'm getting is solid gold C-3PO.
Yeah, I'm thinking the toy itself was all one solid color. Maybe that's why we remember C3PO.
The original-
one solid color.
The original Kenner Star Wars C-3PO, he was solid gold. I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably not with the glare, but he was solid gold in the original toy.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, maybe you just got one of the manufacturer defects for cheaper, Toby.
hey,
No. In the movie itself, C3PO has one silver leg.
he does. Fucking Rolo.
I never
Sorry, I
noticed.
don't. Dude, I've seen those movies. I don't remember him having a fucking silver leg. I just
Rolo.
remember.
Rolo, you're the guy that brings up pictures. Go find it. C3PO.
I'm gonna go find it. I'll be right back.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking A.
I've never seen
Oh.
Star
Even my wife knows not to argue. with me.
I'm no help because I haven't seen that movie since what 1978, and I haven't
When you
seen
were like,
any of the other.
yeah,
ones.
right after you graduated college.
Fuck off.
He doesn't like fat or old people. That's what it is.
He was like, that's probably true. Leave me alone. Hey, J-Bo, though, for real, man, that really thank you for that. I'm kind of flabbergasted.
Shout out to J-Bo. That's my Call of
for
Duty partner.
sure. That's
Me
good
and him be
shit,
on that
man.
Merkin.
We appreciate that shit
Flintstone.
for real.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate that shit
Jabo,
for
just
real.
for that, I will do a free cameo for you and call anyone a cunt that you would like.
Bro, I'm totally
Get a
like,
free subscription to his
boom,
OnlyFans.
all gold.
No, look on that. Look at the leg on the left. First of all, that's a horrible fucking pixelated photo, but you can already tell the difference in the color. That is a silver leg versus the leg on the right is that solid bronze.
I mean, maybe.
Rolo, I mean, I can send you a better photo
Didn't
than
he
that.
get
I mean, maybe.
They had to get a scrap of metal
Maybe.
and put it on his.
Because he had to be pieced together from different parts. If you guys remember the unfortunate episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them all about 30,000 times. My name comes from Star Wars, for God's sakes.
That's true.
A lot of
Smokey
people
the Bear's real name was Smokey Bear.
No, it wasn't. That's a fucking lie. He's Smokey the Bear.
Greg got kicked out of the monks.
That's a fucking lie. Yeah, that's after Greg got kicked out of the monks. You know what, Greg? Fuck you for
He
the
got
rest
kicked
of
out.
my
He's
life.
like, well, fuck you. I'm going
I
to see
swear to
Star Wars.
God, I was balls deep in that fucking story. I'm still mad that I was so invested in that shit. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Tamara, wasn't that a great fucking story?
I was so into that shit. Oh,
that story pulled John Moss out of nowhere.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
All right, so let's move on to the
Oh
next topic.
shit! All right, y'all. There it is. Silver leg. Boom. Silver leg. Boom. All right. Here's one. Ooh, this gonna be dad bods
The regulator's cam is less pixelated than
versus workout bods. Dad bods versus workout bods.
Okay, so first things first, before we can even discuss this, what is the extent of a dad bod versus a workout bod?
First of all,
Like, would I be considered having a dad bod? I'm 166 pounds, but I'm not like super defined or anything like that. So do I still get to be considered as having a dad bod?
No,
Or is
no,
this
it's
just
not a
for
weight.
fat people to make themselves feel better?
hey, fuck you, Toby.
See, I told you. I fucking told you. He hates fat people. I told you this.
It's like I ain't fat. I'm muscle fat. Y'all leave me the fuck alone.
It's more so. It's not a weight. It's not a weight thing. It's more of like a shape requirement. So you could be 166, but you personally know you wouldn't necessarily have a dad bod.
What do I just still classify as a wildebeest? I just need to know where I'm at.
I'm definitely closer to the guy on the left.
But you still have some definition.
I ain't
I'm
looked
definitely
like
close to the guy
I
on
have
the left.
never looked like either one of those guys. So I don't understand.
Together, you combine them together, just
Where am I at?
weight wise.
Honestly, I'm pretty certain Greg has a better build than I do.
Is there Eddie? Shut the fuck up. Is there a section for whenever you take a bag of marshmallows out in the sun and leave it out in the sun for 4 hours and then cut the wrapping off of it and what that creates?
Fluffy
'Cause that's
guy.
what I look like. Yeah, that's
So here's
pretty much
so
it.
let's do it this way. Let's go. A workout body versus a dad bod versus a fluffy guy. Because I wouldn't
Say
consider a standard fluffy guy
Say
to
fatty.
be a dad bod.
Just to let you guys know, we do have an expert
okay.
on this panel right here on dad
Ooh.
bod versus not. We have Greg, who is currently dad bod, but we have a picture of Greg before dad bod.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
He's ripped up.
Fucking
Is that really Greg?
Yeah, this is Greg before
ripped.
TikTok. Just letting you guys know this is a fact. This is pulled from his.
Fuck
personal-
no, that's not.
That was back
Yeah,
in
this
his
is
break.
bull-
What
This
is
is
that?
Greg
Back when he
profile.
was a fucking monk?
Greg before marijuana.
Is that really Greg? I can't believe anything about Greg anymore. I fired myself from believing shit about Greg, okay? What the fuck?
That's when I was still UFC fighting.
No, see, fuck you, Greg. I'm done. I don't want to
That was right
play
before
this
he took on
game.
Couture.
I don't want to play this game.
Comeback.
Okay, but
Right now.
I feel like there's not just two shapes, though.
So
Google
no,
Greg
well,
Rooks.
and that's what I'm saying. So let's talk about your standard workout body. You're a dad bod, and what I would like to call a fluffy guy. So most people look at a dad bod as somebody that is essentially, for the most part, they still look like they're in fairly decent shape, but they got a little bit of a gut. That's what I think most people think of when they think of dad bod.
I agree. I feel like that's what people feel like.
Agreed.
That's what I've always attributed it to. I myself, and just what I like to call full size.
Yeah.
King size.
You know, I'm
king size.
so
So
a full
let's-
size man.
We've got how many people do we got? How many people do we got in the chat right now? Does it say?
It's moving pretty quick. I don't know. There ain't no way to tell. I don't know what all we're
let's ask
to.
people. I mean, I know we got a lot of women in here, so let's ask them. 1, 2, or 3. 1 is your Jim bod, 2 is your dad bod, and 3 is your fluffy guy.
Hey, you know you like fluffy because
my wife
can share bras.
Did not like it when I was a hard body versus how I am now. I can tell you that.
See, as a fat guy, I can speak for maybe some fat guys. We know how to eat. We know how
Toby,
to eat.
she's lying to you. She's just making you feel better, buddy.
See, I don't even look like none of them. That guy got what the fuck?
Go for more up.
I'm the
yeah, but Mo, you're weird though, man. You're only fat from the neck down. Like until you told me you was fat, I was like, there ain't no way Mo's that big.
Mo is your fat guy from like the
Mo is fat from the neck down, bro. You only fat down here. Right? Like if you took nothing but headshots, I think you were like, you know, like 5'11", like about 210, just like
because look, I got
little
like,
chunky, but like not.
Smaller. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, so like I'm like cocky fat. Like if I really worked out, I would probably look like a fat Mike Tyson.
Wait, did you say cocky fat?
Cocky fat. Yeah, like cocky fat. You know, like
what is cocky fat?
Is Mo not frozen on anybody else?
Just like
hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Dad bod, fluffy. Dad bod, fluffy. Dad bod, fluffy. It's pretty much dad bod and fluffy.
So what about the people shaped like a milk carton or a milk? Who
the fuck is shaped like a milk carton?
Shaped like you're talking about like a gallon,
like a gallon of milk.
Like
You ever seen somebody
a
shaped
gallon,
like a milk gallon,
or like those old school bottles that they used to drop off on the front porch.
That's what Mo looks like. He got the normal size top, and the bottom just comes out a little way. That's Mo all the fucking way. Mo look like Mo, you look like somebody put a pea on top of a marshmallow. That's what you look like, man. That's Mo.
All right. Tony Edge says I like a baby oiled muscled black guy though.
That's very specific.
That's very unreasonable. That's unreasonable. I will say that unreasonable.
We will start the bidding at $500.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hello, I'm Rebel Scum. 4-letter words. We do not condone trying to sell baby oil black men anywhere. That's not what's happening here.
Why not?
I swear to God.
Throw some baby oil.
Why not?
I don't know what it'll look like, but
We got bills to pay.
I'm not condoning that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can't wait to see you sign up for the 4-letter words only fans.
Listen, if we're gonna like oil Eddie up and start an OnlyFans using nothing but Eddie, that's one thing. Okay, Eddie, like, yeah.
Eddie's not the only black dude on here, bro.
Yeah, Mo.
That's
Oh my God!
baby oil.
Did you see Melanie's comment?
I will make that sacrifice. I will put on the baby oil. I will do it.
Melanie's comment besides me right now.
I will fucking do it.
Tiny head and a big
One
body.
bottle's
We're
only
not
gonna
in
give me a
Peter's
glimmer.
It seems like most people are very pro dad bod or pro my fat ass. So like,
ain't no threes though.
It don't seem like it don't seem
I thought
like
we had one vote for Bobby Bod.
Bobby Bod.
Lady Raven. See, I respect that.
Well, that's
You know what? I respect the fuck out of that. Where's the I don't give a fuck option?
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute, though. I gotta ask a question. Did Lady Raven just throw in the All Lives Matter version of this argument?
Oh, foreshadowing. Whoa.
Fucking Toby.
What? What? I love Raven. Like I wasn't saying anything.
Now
Is that too soon? Too soon? We're getting to it, people. We're getting.
that was pretty good.
Look, I will probably.
That was fucking solid. That was fucking solid.
Oh my God! Baby oil slip and slide. Maybe I should do that at the meetup.
Probably
Sounds like a
you know I have to
segue.
slide fast as shit. I slide
KY
fast.
jelly slip and slide at the meetup.
Oh, hold up. KY jelly is expensive though.
Where are we
chill.
at?
You gotta chill. Baby oil goes a long way.
Well, I can go baby oil. Yeah.
Mo, I got a question.
Are you sure we're
Why,
there?
why,
Vaseline stick around.
why are you a
were
professional
there.
on KY jelly as opposed to baby oil?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you get a lot more baby oil for what you get. You know what I'm saying? Per
I
ounce.
feel you. Yeah.
No, Simone, I'm not
He must
selling
be
black
selling
men.
the baby
just
oil
Eddie.
app.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, you
It's
know?
okay.
Everyone
Mo.
needs to evacuate Buffalo. Are they getting ready to riot there?
Oh, good lord.
Sorry, I'm looking at Liv's comment.
I hope
Everyone
not.
needs
That's
to,
where Kyle lives, Rebel.
Yeah, I know. We need to. We can hit him up and see what's
Kyle's
going
on our
on
buddy.
that way.
Kyle.
One of
He's
our old Vine buddies, man. He's
Oh.
not on talk, but he lives up there in Buffalo. He's crazy as fuck.
It's
I'm
all
sure
right,
he's
Kim.
probably like, let him come get me. That's probably what Kyle's doing.
Kim,
right
it doesn't matter if it leads to ER trips because everybody's got to sign a liability waiver before hopping on my land anyway.
All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. I think we all settled that they likes a little bit of the meat. They likes the meat.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, the meat
That's
is a
nice
good
to know,
thing.
though.
The
I
meat
like
is a
that.
good thing.
I like knowing that.
The meat is a good thing. Best and worst of the child stars. Now, I feel like this is going to be interesting because
Does Mo count since he's so young?
that's true. Does Mo count as a child star?
Just because y'all motherfuckers old as shit, okay?
I am not old as shit. I am 30.
I am only 44.
Didn't Moses play Webster back in the day?
Hold on, this ain't rip on. See, look. I'm just old enough to know that reference. All of y'all motherfuckers laughing. All of y'all look. You know what I'm gonna get? Tell me when y'all birthdays. I'm gonna get y'all each a cane or a walker. Greg, no, I'm not gonna get that for you, Greg. You're not too far. But look, y'all.
What's the matter with him?
You're gonna have to foot race Greg if you find
Greg said, whoa.
Was it Macaulay Culkin? I don't really think it could be Macaulay Culkin though. Like
As
you're
far as what?
putting him on the screen because, like, are we judging him other than the fact that picture's fucking terrible? Are we judging him just on the work they did as a child star, or like what they progressed into as well?
I think we're going from their time as
Riley,
a child star
we have tried to
into
have a
progression
female
of
on
what
here
they
too
are
late.
now to include like how they were as a child star and how
Okay.
they like progressed as a person off the camera.
Okay.
Gotta get my glasses on for this one.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting.
Lindsay Lohan, conversation over.
Yeah, Lindsay
She
Lohan.
was pretty fucking
That's
rough.
a rough one. That's a rough one. Oh God, Bieber, like Bieber, kind of never really. When was he like 14
He's
when he
basically
started?
a success story. He's one
Well,
of the
yeah.
examples that we used when we were talking
Yeah,
about the media. You
Yeah,
know what I
he-
mean?
What,
A lot
did
of these
Bieber
kids,
start from YouTube?
you know, what would you have done? What would you have done if you had multi-million dollars? Like, I mean, that kid's a survivor if you really think about it. And he got out with money, not in
Yep.
jail, didn't fucking kill anybody. You know, he's emancipated in another country. He was born and raised in Canada. He was here by himself, surrounded by a shit ton of fucking dickheads that just were there for the wrong reasons. There was
Yep.
nobody that had his back. They were just all producers and money makers that were trying to get something on him.
He was like the Mike Tyson of the fucking
Dude, if I had fucking
child
that
fucking
kind of money
music.
when I was 16, 17 years old, I'd be dead.
And legit though, he literally, I think his mom or somebody started posting him singing on YouTube, and like I think Usher found him. Wasn't it Usher that discovered his shit or some shit?
Yeah, it was Usher.
And
Usher
the
Raymond.
kid, and the kid just fucking blew up, and you know, to what we all know.
Well,
him as
yeah,
today.
Justin Timberlake and Usher actually were fighting over him, like doing a
Oh,
a
shit,
contract
I didn't know
battle
that.
over him. But
That's
I believe a lot of the stuff that he was
Screech,
doing himself
that's a good
on
one.
YouTube and just putting it out there.
Oh, see, I didn't know
Screech.
JT and Usher were both fighting over him though. That's cool.
Dude, Screech from
Yeah,
from
not
JT
like a
Labor?
fight, but yeah, it was a
He's
contract battle.
Hey, Trickster, Neil Patrick Harris is a fucking icon. So let's we're not throwing him
Yeah,
in.
he wasn't just a
He's-
child star.
Doogie is the man.
He was a child star, but
Drew
he is
Barrymore.
that story.
Here's what I like
I
about
like
that all
what
right,
she's
though.
become. I love what Drew Barrymore has become.
What I like
she went
the
from being
most-
horrible to much better.
what I like the most about Drew Barrymore is she's actually
Her tits. Oh.
no, she's actually related to like some big producer or director in Hollywood. I can't fucking remember his name. And like it's her uncle or dad or somebody.
The whole Barrymore family.
No, she uses
family,
Barrymore
mother,
because she
father,
didn't
the
want to
uncle.
use the last. She didn't want to use the real last name because she wanted to like do it on her own way. And I can't fucking remember who the fuck it is she's married. She's fucking related to. But
somebody in the comments will tell us.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on that.
Screech went downhill. Yeah.
Somebody in the comments
Michael,
always knows.
Obviously, a success story with Michael Jackson, but talk about a fucking horrible childhood. And oh my God, we're not getting into the Michael Jackson.
Yeah, let's just leave it at his child, what he did as a child. And side note, hey Richie, fuck you. I'm not a believer. Okay. Yeah, no, shut the fuck up, buddy.
So, Drew Barrymore, like I was saying, her parents, right here, John Barrymore and Jade Barrymore. She never changed their name. John Barrymore was a very well-known Hollywood
I thought there was. I must have read
participant,
it wrong.
buddy.
Who here is old enough to remember Drew Barrymore's first movie?
E.T.
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 She probably
Was
did some
E.T.
commercials and shit like that. But
Yeah,
E.T.
yeah,
was
Which
her
is
fucking
actually a
breakout.
Star Wars spinoff.
And after she did E.T., she turned to a shit show. She was on Sunset Strip at 12, 13 years old, getting fucked up with all the people.
Oh,
Again,
shit.
people just using her. You could go down the list of people that were used.
Oh shit.
You can. Where do you want to start? You want to start with the fucking Disney kids?
Oh, I'm going mute
Christina
real quick because I'm
Applegate
listening to this
motherfucking
shit.
emancipated her and sent her out to Hollywood to be with the producers because her daughter was going to make her all rich, and then the producers passed that poor girl around like a fucking joint and did some of the most horrible fucking things you could do or think about. That's what Hollywood is. That's what Hollywood did. You want to talk about what's her face there? The one that freaked out and shaved her fucking head. Britney Spears. You want to talk about her little sister? Her little sister that they had to fucking custom write who the daddy was for her kid because her father, the father of her kid, was the fucking big fat producer for fucking Nickelodeon that was fucking pedophile and raping fucking kids all through Nickelodeon and put his fucking face all over it. Yeah, there's a bunch of dirty shit happening to these young kids that their parents are just shining their fucking rights away and handing them over. There's nobody watching out for these fucking kids.
No.
So if they're out and they're successful right now and they're doing something right now, fucking bravo. They're a success story.
Oh, the Olsen twins is definitely coming up next.
They're not. They don't have fucking, they don't have a rock bottom. You can't have a rock bottom when you have a fucking ATM that doesn't end. Their rock bottom is death. So if a child star with no fucking protection is an adult now and has survived, fucking bravo, they won.
Like Lizzie McGuire, she's doing like, she was a child star. She's she's not really in movies or anything anymore, but she's like one of the only people from the shows that I used to watch when I was a kid with my sister or whoever that like nothing fucking went crazy what happened with her. You know what I mean? Like Hillary Duff is like pretty fucking normal, like having kids and being a mom and like.
I'd say about the same thing with the girl that was in what was it in iCarly, the girl from there.
Yeah.
She's another pretty clean cut one.
Fucking Demi Lovato.
Was that
Demi Lovato?
Yeah.
She struggled with major addiction.
Ooh,
depression and
that's a good one. Amanda Bynes, she went like,
oh shit, I forgot about her.
Full blown off the rocker, man. I forget. She
Britney
tweeted
got more press.
She like tweeted some nasty shit to a rapper, I think it was, or said some kind of fucked up shit. I can't fucking. I don't think Robin. I never knew Robin Williams as a child star. Robin Williams was, a big star. Of course, when I was a kid, he was Robin Williams being the genie and fucking Miss Doubtfire and all that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Amanda Bynes.
I believe Robin Williams went straight from like the Comedy Store to Mork from Ork.
I think you're right. I think he went straight from the Comedy Store to Mork and Mindy. I think that was his first gig.
Yeah. And another one that I think we might have talked about before, Greg, was was Corey Haim and Corey Feldman when they were kids. All the fucked up shit that went on with them. And like I had said before, like a month or two ago, Greg, you know what I'm talking about. Corey Feldman was gonna like stream where he was gonna like spill all the beans. He was gonna tell everybody.
Nobody.
He was gonna tell everybody who the producer was that used to fucking who was touching him, who used to fuck him up, and like Feldman said, like that is why Corey Haim like went on the downward spiral that he went on, is because they used to fuck him when they were kids. And I forget what streaming service he was going to stream it on. It was like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
It was supposed to be YouTube.
Was it YouTube?
Yep.
Charged people money. People had tickets. Fucking time rolls around, and all of a sudden there's a fucking error, and the motherfucking thing wouldn't air.
Yep.
Like he was about to spill all the beans. Like just let everybody know what the fuck's going on.
Well, Corey Feldman had an obsession with looking like MJ for one, because he did a lot of dancing with MJ. And he was actually friends with Michael Jackson. So, I mean, that I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, what he was going to say had nothing to do with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Who's another one? Funny thing, my mom just texted me because she was on the Danny Bonaducci show when I was a kid, and apparently Danny Bonaducci went fucking ape shit. True story.
But you know what? He came back and had a pretty decent. He had a pretty decent career once he started to come back.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that fought Screech in the celebrity fight? It was Danny Bonaducci.
Yeah. But seriously, my mom, when I was like 2, my mom and my aunt were on the Danny Bonaducci show for feuding siblings. Like sitting on the chairs like Jerry Springer style, fucking like, because they used to fight and shit. Like, there's a tape somewhere. My grandma keeps it hidden because she knows I'll put it all over the internet and nobody wants that to happen. But he was another one. I feel like there's more of them that went ape shit than there were that didn't go ape shit.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, though. Like,
but it also goes back to what Greg was saying,
these
though.
People that get pulled off away from their families, and they get pulled into this environment where it's just surrounded by greed and corruption. And, you know, all these dirty, underhanded things that, that you need to do to make it in Hollywood. And, you know, kids are going to be the most susceptible to that. And you've got some dirty, grimy motherfuckers in Hollywood, and they're going to take advantage of that. And the moment that child star, becomes a popular thing, like people have been saying in the comments, like, look at the Olsen twins. Like, they cornered the market for how long? But, I mean, just look what it did to them. Like, they were just wrecked people for the longest time.
The Olsen twins had a movie like every fucking 6 months. There was a new movie coming out. And they were everywhere.
Yeah, their crazy merch that came out, they made mad money.
Shit ton of money. All the kids from Different Strokes, Yep.
Joey Lawrence.
Yeah,
I remember there
kids.
was brothers, right? There was three Lawrence brothers, wasn't there?
Lil Kim's been busting out a few things. She actually said that Feldman did air that thing, and I didn't believe that he did, because I even looked for it myself.
I'm surprised there was no backlash from it.
He might have aired it.
He was shut down pretty hard when all the Weinstein
think
stuff
about it, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Shia LaBeouf. Oh God.
Mentioning Red Rich's comment, have you guys seen that movie Honey Boy? It's like written by Shia LaBeouf.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a really
he's fucking brilliant. I love Shia LaBeouf. Big
brilliant.
Shia LaBeouf and his fucking craziness. He's an artist.
It documents like his time with his dad, like while he was starring on Even Stevens, and it kind of documents how in front of the camera he was perceived as like this child star, and he was supposed to be living like this amazing life, but in the background the dad was kind of an alcoholic, kind of an asshole, and never grew up. And he was just staying at motels and not really being taken care of. And he basically plays his own dad in the movie, and he hires a kid to play him. It's pretty. It's a good movie.
It's an intense movie, man.
It is.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yes, it is.
And what's it called? Honey Boy?
What is it? What is it? Yeah, what is it
called
called
Honey
again?
Boy.
Is it on Netflix?
Honey Boy.
It's Honey Boy. It's right now. It's on Amazon Prime.
Sweet.
Okay.
I can watch that.
Okay.
I got all that
And,
stuff.
hey, by the way, we don't bring up Alyssa Milano, all right? You leave my fucking future ex-wife out of this.
There you go. Lil Kim says it aired like 5 days later, and it's disturbing. Here's my thing: if it aired and it was going to be everything he said it was going to be, why was there no backlash from the shit?
Yeah,
like
because Hollywood, man.
He apparently was going to let everybody know who was doing the shit. And
well, not to mention the fact most of the people that he probably mentioned, they're either not even part of Hollywood anymore or they're dead themselves. I mean, how are you going to give backlash to people that are no longer in the system?
Yeah, true.
They're deep in the fucking system, dude. There's some dirty fucking scumbags.
Oh yeah.
If you just go down, like, if you just look at any of the co-producers and stuff like that, and where do you draw the line? Because just like we could go with the current state of affairs and say good cop, bad cop. Well, if you say that you're a good cop and you know some bad cops, you know that whole debate that we're hearing right now, that goes the same thing as in Hollywood. Go check out Harvey Weinstein's IMDb and go down all the lists of the people that he was associated with, and it's really scary because they all fucking know. Quentin Tarantino knows. All the other fucking big people know what was going on and knew for years, and they let that shit go because they wanted that paycheck.
Oh, he did get a lot of
they're all
backlash.
fucking liable, and it's gross.
Oh, he did? Okay, it must have. I don't know how the hell I didn't hear that. I was ready for that motherfucking thing to drop.
I like this question. Who's a celebrity that you would grieve for if they passed?
Oh, God. I think my one I'd grieve for is already gone, man. When Ralphie May passed away, that fucked me up. That's going to eat at me for the rest of my life that I'm never going to get to see Ralphie May.
No, I know one that hurt you more than that, Rebel.
Who?
When Leia died.
Yeah, Leia was...
Carrie Fisher?
I got this. Yeah, I got this done.
Mine was
right
Bernie
after
Mac.
That happened. Bernie Mac was the shit, dude. Bernie Mac.
me,
Man, when I used to watch his show all the fucking time.
I'm gonna have to go a little bit older school. I'm gonna have to go with John Candy. When he passed away, man, I was wrecked.
Shit, man.
I was wrecked when Candy died. Like I was just like, fuck.
John Candy was the shit, man.
Shit, I didn't like it when fucking Robert Williams passed.
Yeah,
that's
that
what
was
my
a
wife
rough
just
one.
said. Yeah, he was a big one.
That was a rough one. That was a rough one.
Oh, I was upset about Prince real bad, but here's a
man, me
relatable
too.
story, and show you the mindset of people in Boston, if you will. So when I was in middle school, two events happened in the same year: the Challenger, and when the Challenger exploded, they brought us down into the auditorium and they gave us the speech, and you know we were kind of like, oh wow, man, that's
fifth grade.
But
shit,
for some reason it didn't really like hit us because we, it wasn't like that close to home. Now go back a few months later and we're in the same auditorium, not pulled together for this news, but there was a big group of us together, and our basketball coach came up and told us that Lenny Bias fucking died, and that was a big fucking melted the crowd. So there's a celebrity that died. If you don't know, Lenny Bias was a first-round pick for the Boston Celtics. Obviously, you have some Boston kids going, oh! Yeah. But he got drafted first round for the Boston Celtics, went out partied, had some bad cocaine, and fucking died.
And died, yep.
So, when
he was going to be amazing.
Celebrity that's gone, I think, like when it comes down, like when we talk about losing celebrities and just kind of like it hitting us hard, people like Robin Williams, John Candy, all the other people that we've been mentioning hit us because we feel that they went before their prime. Now, I've seen a couple of people mention like Leslie Nielsen and some of the older people. I mean, when you get to a certain age,
Tommy Boy.
I mean, when you get to a certain age, I don't really look at them and go,
was my dude.
oh, I'm going to mourn them. Like, I miss them. I love their work, but, dude was 89 or 95. Like, it's like when Betty White goes.
Like when Betty White dies.
But at the same time, by the time Betty White goes, she's going to be 213 years old. Everybody's going to be like, this woman fucking lived forever. Like, I'm not going to feel bad about that at all. I'm going to be like, this is the most accomplished woman on the face of the planet. Like, Jesus.
For sure.
Oh, that was a good one. Crocodile Hunter, when he left because of that punk ass
Stingray.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin.
Fuck that Stingray.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin, man. That was a shock. That was a shock to a lot of people.
I have never seen this world come together like they did after PETA was talking shit on Steve Irwin.
Yeah, dude, everybody, everybody on Twitter was like, Wonder Twin powers activate. Let's destroy these motherfuckers. By our powers combined, we are Super Troll. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. And
fuck
like,
PETA.
Like you were just saying there, talk about Keith Ledger, John Belushi, all these other great people that went at a time that you weren't expecting them to go. Like a lot of the ones back in the day, they passed away from doing drugs or something like that. And you're like, well, they lived the lifestyle. Is it shocking? Yeah, absolutely it is. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, I kind of fucking see it. This guy did blow like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Like Chris Farley was that way.
Well, then the Rolling Stones are all still alive.
What's that?
The Rolling Stones are all still alive, and they do it for
Keith
breakfast,
Richards
lunch, dinner, tea, snack time.
I think the drugs in Keith Richards' system is the only thing. He's a walking, living zombie. There you go. There's one that hit me hard.
And I want to use this. I want to use this as a fellas. I want to use this one real quick. Stan Lee, I think most people in here, we're hit pretty hard with Stan Lee. Anybody that has ever loved Spider-Man, anybody that's ever loved a majority of the Marvel universe, Stan Lee gave us. But one thing Stan Lee gave us in the comic book world that I think most people don't really pay attention to in the way he wanted it to be represented is that when Stan Lee wrote the X-Men, the whole point of the fucking X-Men was like to like end the like segregation and treating people like shit. That was the whole fucking thing. Like I think they said Magneto was based like one of them was based on Malcolm X or some shit, and like Professor
Magneto
X
was based on Malcolm, and Professor X was based on
MLK. Exactly. And whether it's X-Men, whether it's Spider-Man, Stan Lee, I think. I remember when that happened. I just like stared at the thing like, what? He can't die. Like, what are you talking about? He's got cameos to do.
Yeah,
he's got fucking cameos to do. He can't fucking die.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Stan Lee even knew that his time was coming. He filmed so many of his cameos ahead of time, green screen, to that he could be added into almost anything. He went and did. I don't know if you guys know what deep face technology is.
Shut the fuck up, Richie.
Deep face technology is designed around full 3D scans and being able to manipulate somebody's entire facial structure and movements so that they can be added in later on. That's how he's been added into I think, 3 other movies since he passed away using the technology that he had them do with him as far as scanning his head, his facial movements, every expression from every angle, back of his head, everywhere. So, and we're getting to the point in CGI technology where we're going to start wondering, like, I don't know how many of you know, but on the latest Terminator, you guys have seen the latest Terminator, right? I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. It's got the female who's like a hybrid kind of Terminator. The entire scene with Sarah Connor, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the son, where they show that the son actually does get killed after Sarah Connor saved him so many times. That's the boy, Sarah Connor, and the Terminator, all of them, 100% full CGI. Full. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch that. When the Terminator shows up and kills that kid sitting at a tiki bar, that is 100% CGI.
Dude, but they already had this issue in Hollywood. They already had this issue in Hollywood back with Back to the Future 2. When what's his face, the actor that played George McFly, sued the company because they hired a separate actor to play his likeness in the second movie. And he sued them and he said, you can't do that. That's my character. That's my face. And you guys can't use this shit.
Now, what about this? Which, staying on the death,
doesn't
which
intellectual
character death
property
hurt you
fall
more?
on the fucking movie and not the guy?
What's that?
Yeah, they can do that.
In that case, there with the Back to the Future example, wouldn't the intellectual property fall with the studio and not with the actor?
I would
right.
imagine so.
I would imagine the intellectual property.
Contract specifically saying
right
George
as far
McFly
as the
is
character
you,
though,
and
but
I
like
get the rights to that character.
using his actual face, I think is where that like loophole is. Like you can get a guy do his hair up like him, get a guy that looks pretty close like him, and all that shit. But like, I think what Rolo was getting at was they try to make it look exactly like him instead of just we've all seen actor swaps. Okay, Aunt Viv.
Yep.
Okay, Aunt Viv was everybody knew Aunt Viv.
Okay. So somebody else just asked another good question since we're still on all this. Who's your
light skin to dark skin? Dark skin, light skin.
Who's the what character death in TV and movie hit you the hardest of any TV
That's
series?
what I was gonna ask. Who hurt worse, Opie or Mufasa?
I was gonna say Bobby was gonna say Opie. I already knew Bobby was gonna say Opie.
I was ready to kill everybody.
Man,
me and Eddie was watching it in Mississippi, and you know how it's the black guys that kill Opie, and I just looked over at Eddie.
I'd have to go with
Coral.
So is it just Disney stuff or like?
No. We're talking about any movie, any TV show, any series.
For me,
Herschel hurt.
Sorry, I'm gonna
Herschel?
take 1 second just to clarify.
Herschel
what ended
did
up
fucking
happening.
hurt. But
The reason why the studio got into problems was because of this picture right here. So they added prosthetics to the actor that they chose to bring in to portray George McFly. And that was the fucking issue, was that you can't make somebody look like the actor or the character that actor is playing and then pass it off as the same actor's work without paying.
Well, I can see that. You're essentially stealing somebody else's face at that point.
Exactly. Sorry. Going on.
But I don't know if you did, because again, I'm going to go back to the intellectual property, and that's a younger version of the character, not a younger version of the actor. The actor can't go back and be that age, that complexion, that nothing. First off, he's one of the fucking ugliest guys in fucking Hollywood, yet he's one of the most brilliant actors out there.
Yeah, because I'm not in Hollywood yet.
For a fucking timepiece, and so it's intellectual property. I have to go back to the studio, fucking studio power. Do whatever you want with prosthetics.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so let's kind of go round robin then. Who's out of any movie or TV show or HBO series, whatever, who did you feel the hardest loss from as far as character goes?
Okay, Bobby was Opie. Eddie, what about you?
No, mine's a tie between Opie and Herschel.
Opie and Herschel, okay. And what was Herschel from? Walking Dead? I never watched Walking Dead.
Yeah, Herschel was from The Walking Dead.
Okay. Eddie, what about you?
Eddie?
Shit, man. There's been quite a few. I ain't gonna lie. Opie was a bad one though. I'm gonna go with Opie right now.
Gonna go.
Okay, Mo, what about you?
I got about cried.
That's difficult. I'm mixed between, cause this. I'm mixed between Blue from the Temptations. Blue from the Temptations. Blue from the Temptations.
Blue
Okay.
from the Temptations.
Okay.
And Bobby from Supernatural.
There we go. Right there.
Yeah,
Bobby Singer.
We got a supernatural
Side
fan.
note,
Bobby
we
Singer.
saw Eddie Cade at the Mud Bash.
Yeah.
Bobby Singer, hands down.
Yeah.
I felt like I lost my surrogate dad when Bobby Singer died.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to mention, season 7 was the shittiest Supernatural season by far. And then Bobby Singer dies. I was just like, Dean, don't you cry, you son of a bitch. I will cry with you. I still can't go back and watch. Bobby Singer hurt. Bobby Singer, and then when Ellen and Joe died in Supernatural, that one also fucking sucked really bad.
Who was that?
Ellen and Joe.
What do you got, Greg?
No,
I don't even know who these people are. So Opie and Herschel are winning.
What's the girl's name? The girl from
Hodor. That was the sad one.
Charlie. Charlie was good.
Charlie fucking.
Okay, Hodor was a rough one. Hodor was a rough one.
Yeah, it was. Yes,
let's
it
get
was.
let's get Greg on this.
What about you, Greg?
I'm going to hit kind of two subjects that we've touched on with one answer. And it's not necessarily the death of the character, but it was the death of the character that brought the reaction. child star Ricky Schroeder when his father died in The Champ. One of
Oh
the most
shit!
Fucking
Oh
heart
yeah.
stabbing scenes in
Fuck,
fucking
I forgot
movies
about that.
history.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
that was,
If you don't know it, YouTube it.
yeah, that's a rough one. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Ricky
All right.
Schroeder, The Champ.
I have a question. How did you guys feel about this death?
I never saw the show.
Bro, I got like 2 seasons
watched
into
the
that
show.
show.
I never watched
It was like,
What is it?
I was like, I'm from Oklahoma. We all like meth is everywhere here. That's just not that impressive. Like I don't understand.
This is real life.
Meth is everywhere in Oklahoma. I don't need to watch this shit. I can watch this on my front porch. The fuck am I watching it on Netflix for?
This is not fiction.
Jesus. I will say though, I love now that in kid movies they kind of throw in some very, very adult things in kid movies. So like when we take our kids to see the movies or we watch them at home, we can appreciate them. Any of y'all with kids seen Zootopia? Eddie? Bobby, y'all seen Zootopia? The scene whenever they find out who's making that blue powder stuff, and it's 2 fucking rams, and their names are Walter and Jesse. I laughed for 30 fucking minutes. My kids didn't understand why I was laughing. Okay, they named them Walter and Jesse. And they were cooking the blue powder. I fucking laughed for like 30 fucking minutes. I swear to God, that was the funniest shit I'd
I
ever
thought he
seen.
was still talking about deaths. I was like, somebody died.
I like when they do that shit. Man.
Oh, John, Mo's daddy's in the house.
Oh shit! What's up, Papa Mo?
Oh shit!
Mo's daddy.
Maybe we'll be able to hear John.
Mo's daddy.
Yeah,
So
John.
Rebel,
yeah,
who's yours, Rebel?
Bobby Singer from Supernatural, and probably Ellen and Joe from Supernatural. To be honest with you, I've seen that show like 3 times, almost all
You
the way
just lost
through.
all kind of cred for me picking this 12-year-old show.
And dude,
Bro,
The Walking Dead is the same
12-year-old
old
Joe,
shit
I went 30 years.
Yeah,
over and over. It's just zombie shit. Like there's zombie shit everywhere. I can't do the Walking Dead shit. Okay.
I got 3, and none of mine are humans.
Yeah, like fucking Bobby Singer dying.
One of them.
Nope. No.
Okay.
Littlefoot's mama.
You over here talking about Littlefoot and Mufasa giving me shit for talking about Supernatural.
No, I'm
Well, I'm not. That Supernatural's a teenage girl show. So
I am
What
I
the
am
No, it's not. I watch it. Mo watches it.
Mo, yeah, get mad.
Supernatural.
That don't make it cool because Mo watches
Bobby
it.
just a hater. Bobby, you a hater.
No, I'm with you, Bobby.
Nah, both y'all haters. Y'all haters. Y'all
So-
haters.
No,
Rebel's like, Mo watches it. The black guy likes it.
Y'all haters.
John's like,
Supernatural's
fuck
the
no.
shit. Y'all haters.
all right.
That's what that is.
So if I gotta give my pick, mine's actually a trip between 3, and like I said, none of them are humans. I'm gonna go with Old Yeller, Marley from Marley and Me, and Hooch from Turner and Hooch. All 3 of those fucked me up.
Okay.
Marley
what about
was fucking rough,
what about
son.
Yeah, Marley was rough.
what about
I'm
Oh,
ready to cry
fuck.
right now just thinking about
what
this.
about the dog, the Will Smith movie when he was the last guy in the dog? I Am Legend.
The dog from I Am Legend. That fucked both
I ain't gonna lie, that one was
Yeah,
kind of rough.
Sam
I
was
would like
rough.
to change my answer.
That whole
Sam.
thing was rough.
I would like to change my answer. I am changing my answer based on the comment that I saw from Simone because I totally forgot about it. I was legit about to cry when I saw Cleo. When I saw Cleo.
Oh.
Yes. When I saw Cleo.
All I saw was Lion
Cleo
King.
from
I was like,
Sanrio.
who the
no.
fuck is Cleo?
Cleo from Set It Off.
No.
When she stepped out of that car, when she smoked a cigarette,
Forget
she
about
stood
all
out that car and she started shooting her. Like, I was about to cry.
When the old lady from Up died,
Nah, bro. Nah.
Now here's my thing about the old lady from Up. She dies like in the first 5 minutes of the fucking movie. You weren't even invested in the fucking character.
Rebel, that's a rough 5 fucking minutes, bro. Come on.
Like, come on, man. I was not invested in that.
Rough 5 minutes.
I was like, who is this bitch and why do I care that she's dead? I don't understand. She was 87. Like, Jesus Christ.
You cocksucker. It's about spending your whole entire life with somebody.
What about the scene in Guardians of the Galaxy when his mom fucking dies
No.
at the very beginning, bro.
No, I
And
tell you
he's
what,
like,
I
"Oh, my
had
hand."
a
He's like,
hard
"Oh."
time.
Fuck that
He
shit.
I had
didn't
a
even
hard
give a
time
shit.
with
Watch it out.
You guys are heartless.
Wait,
When Thanos died, when Thor cut down Thanos, I cried. I was
no,
like,
no.
that's a real one. You
I had a
killed
hard
a real
time.
one a bitch way. How a bitch, man? You
Hey,
a real one.
I
had a
was
harder
so
time with
confused.
Yondu
I was watching that
dying.
shit with my kids, and he cut his fucking head off. I was like, well, shit, this was a short movie. I
swear to God,
I had a harder time with Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 than I did with Peter Quill's mom.
Yeah.
Hey, Yondu was rough too.
Yeah.
Yondu was real rough.
Damn, that shit
I'm Mary Poppins.
What about Macaulay Culkin in My Girl?
Yeah, somebody said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That was a rough one.
That was only rough because she delivered such a powerful performance. It forced it to be rough.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm allergic to
That's
bees,
part of it,
so I
though.
felt
Shit
something
that she
on
was
that
so-
movie.
That's part of it, though.
But
I'm a
could've
Greg.
been me.
That's part of it. I'm a Greg on that
Eddie
though.
could've been out there just
Nobody
cried.
shed a tear until she came in and was asking them to wake up. Nobody shed a tear until that moment. Her performance
Okay,
made
hold
you
on.
care about his death.
Greg, Rebel,
Yeah.
do y'all have an animal death in a movie or show? Because animal deaths always hurt more than people deaths.
Not for me.
Set it off.
I mean, maybe I Am Legend. Maybe I Am Legend. That's the only one I can think of that really was like, oh, that's his. He ain't got.
Sam
He
died.
ain't got no more friends. I was like, he ain't got. That's his only friend. He ain't got no more friends.
So
Sam
you
went
that
out like a
sucked.
bad bitch, though.
what the fuck is wrong with you, you cold-hearted
Bro,
fucker?
Mufasa was a great dad. He was a great father.
I didn't care about Mufasa.
Mufasa, that you heartless.
With Scar-
You heartless.
with Scar through Mufasa,
I didn't care about Mufasa, to be honest
You
with you.
heartless.
Nah,
We got to spend 30 minutes with Mufasa. John's like, fuck him. We can spend 5 minutes with that old bitch it up. And John's like,
Bambi's
this is the
mom.
worst shit ever.
Listen, you all see
Bambi's mom. I ain't crying over a character that didn't even get a goddamn name in the movie. Just Bambi's mom.
Artex is a never-ending story for some of you.
I don't even know who I'm crying about.
Yeah,
Goddamn it.
Artex, bro.
See, we all know Rebel just wants to yell right now because he's got a heart of fucking stone. But Artex from the Never-Ending Story, that shit fucked me
Ooh.
up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When
Yeah,
that horse
that was a
died,
hard one.
and I fucking hate horses, but I was like, God damn, man. Like, why is the horse?
Dude, it was the little
It's
kid.
been
Dude,
a
it was the
long
little kid
while
who was
since
betrayed
I've
when he
seen
was
that
treated
Hey,
like
the first time I saw Krillin blow up, I didn't think he was gonna come back.
Hey, legit. Krillin was rough. Krillin was
I was like,
Krillin in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Rebel, you're a big South Park fan. The first time they killed Kenny, were you like, oh my God, this is horrible? And then the next week, you're like, oh my God, we just got him back.
No, I think because the first thing I remember of South Park was the South Park movie. I was 9 years old when that movie came out.
What?
And so that was, I was 9 years old when the South Park movie
Jesus
came
Christ,
out.
I was 18.
Yeah.
Bosnia on
Yeah.
like fourth year.
I
in the
was that
military.
movie came out in 1999, and that was one of the first. I was like, oh my God, Cartman is my hero, my idol. I must worship him the rest of my life, which is why I'm so fucked up now.
Hey.
But so I already kind of knew the Kenny joke in South Park. I watch South Park all the damn time. That's my show, man.
J-Bone's got a good
Fucking
one.
fed
Iron
me,
Man was
and
rough.
He fucking took
They
his
tried to
chance.
stop
I'm
us
sorry.
from
That's how I
South
feel
Park.
about
South
Paul
Park is
Walker's
still running
death.
to this day.
Iron Man was. I had to go sit at a bar with my buddy after that movie was over and just stare at the table after Iron Man died. Like, we literally just walked to the car in silence, like, what do we do? What do we do now? Do we keep living our lives, or do we? I need to go have a beer.
You should have
Let's go to the
heard
bar.
my
What are you
daughter
crying about
bawl
right now, Mo?
when
What the
Spider-Man
fuck?
died in Endgame. I mean, Infinity War. When Spider-Man turned into dust, oh man, my daughter was just unconsolable.
The problem with that was, for me, was I knew Infinity War wasn't the end, so I already knew he was coming back. So it was like Infinity War. I was like, okay, I'll never.
But still, man,
But
when
the
it
way
happened,
he died.
No, that was a good fucking scene. I will say that.
Do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know exactly why Spider-Man's death in Infinity War is way worse than you might have even thought that it was?
Because that was
this is
Iron
gonna be
Man's
good.
son at the
No,
time.
it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with who he knew or any of that.
Because he was a child.
No, that has nothing to do with it either. You guys all understand
I thought this was
Spider-Man's
a guessing
powers,
game.
right?
I'm sorry.
Listen, you understand Spider-Man's powers, correct? So what you have to understand when you understand Spider-Man's powers, he's got the ability to sense when something bad is going to happen.
Oh shit! I never thought of that.
He was going to die, and he knew all these other people were going to die before it happened.
Well, he didn't know they were going to die. He just knew something bad was going to happen. He certainly
did. That spider sense started tingling, and he knew something was fucking getting ready to happen.
But
he couldn't stop.
hold on.
That's why he was. That's why he was fearful. That's why he was scared. That's why he said, "I don't feel good," and he knew bad shit was going to happen. So this guy, Spider-Man, fucking knew game was over before game was over. The moment that happened,
hold on.
Peter Parker knew.
Hold on, man. Let me get my damn shit in. Fuck. God damn.
Sorry, I rebelled myself there. I apologize.
I never thought of that.
He just got the spider sense. He just got the spider sense in Infinity War. So it wouldn't have been honed in enough to know what was going to happen, but he just known he was going to die. Not everybody else.
Spider sense before Infinity War.
No, he just got it in Infinity War.
No.
Hey, let's stick to the subject.
Go watch it.
Let's keep moving.
Holy fuck! I never thought of that shit.
I mean, the next death.
I never thought of that. Holy shit! Okay, fellas, we got another big one we got to cover here. Before
it's gonna take up some time,
and so we need to jump on it now. And I know a lot of people may not want to hear about some of this stuff, but you know what? We wouldn't be doing y'all a service on this podcast if we weren't talking about current events in the world and everything going on today.
Shut up.
With the everybody knows the riots, protests, Black Lives Matter, things of that nature, and everything going on. We kind of thought it would be good as a panel. You know, we each kind of go across and kind of give y'all our inputs on the whole situation. So Bobby and Eddie, I'm gonna let y'all start off on this one, and then we'll just kind of work clockwise around.
We both feel it was definitely murder. All 4 of the cops need to be charged and prosecuted.
Not with no third-degree murder shit. That's that bullshit. When in that state where they're saying that it's accidental murder or whatever, like it didn't mean to happen, or
they're trying to get him for manslaughter.
Yeah. Tow truck just got off for that.
Damn.
But fucking
bird.
Fucking, what was I gonna say? Oh, the rioting and shit. I'm all for them if they're gonna riot and destroy corporations or government buildings. I'm not for destroying Moe's barbershop, John's pawn shop, Eddie's eating sit. We ain't got good insurance. Walmart and Target have amazing insurance. They don't give a fuck. Go tear this shit up, take everything. I don't give a fuck. Go fuck with them government buildings. Don't fuck with people's personal shit. That's how.
Please burn down the IRS. I'm begging you. We're all begging you.
Look for a flash drive that says my name. Make sure you get that
motherfucker. Eddie and our Mo and John. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and take off on this one.
Okay, can you? I'm so sorry. Yo, let me hear. Okay, yeah. Hold that. Man,
hey,
fucking.
When you guys do this, do me a favor and grab that mic and put it close to you so we can hear you.
I saw this shit coming. I was like, yo, do not destroy your own community in Ferguson, inside of South Central LA. These communities have not recovered. People are saying, oh, they're gonna rebuild. They're not gonna rebuild your shit. I promise you that. Your shit will be fucked up. Ferguson, the east side, you gotta drive through the black community to get to the shit that looks good. The black community is still fucked. People rebuild, yes, but it's never the same because nobody trusts to go over there, bro. It's stupid as shit to destroy your own stuff. And destroying corporations, I can understand. Okay, it's still dumb. It's still dumb. And I know people are like, oh man, why do this? Why do that? The only thing that I saw that I wanted to be destroyed was GameStop. Fuck that place. But other than that, it's fucking no, I was adamant, bro. I made like 12 videos about that. But fucking
fuck your $12 for my PS3.
Bro, I swear to God, bro. But it's like you I can understand, right? Because all the peaceful protests did not work. So you needed something that was just going to be like, look at us. But you got to also see, right? A lot of these protests and stuff like this are started by the officers, started by people that want this stuff to happen. They want their communities to be burnt down. Look at the Bronx. I'm sorry, I'll go on. Look at the Bronx and Harlem. Harlem, you have to wait 5 years before you can rebuild anything in that bitch and restructure. The Bronx, they let that bitch burn down. Look how fast the Harlem riots, bam, they stopped them shits. You know what I'm saying? A couple of weeks. The Bronx, they let them shits burn. Why? Because they don't have the structure that says people can't come in and move people out. They say gentrification is good.
There 5 years before you build.
Yeah, they say gentrification is good. Gentrification is good for the people with money. But the people that are protesting are people that don't have money. And people are getting mad at me. They're like, yo, dog, what are you saying? Black people can't rebuild their own shit? I've seen it. I'm sorry. I've seen it. You will not rebuild that bitch. Why? Because nobody is going to be there. And then the people that are black and have money, guess what they're going to do? Move the fuck out. Why? Because that's what I would do. That's the smart thing to do. It's not profitable or reasonable to stay in these communities when they're just so fucked up. But I will go on this all day. There's no reason for me to do that. I'm gonna let Mo speak. Let somebody else speak. Yeah, they put them shits out there. What are you building? Who's building what? Why are these just sitting there? What is this for? What is this for? They set shit up. They're setting people up to fail. The people have
George Soros.
People have sheep mentality. They're going
Easy
to
on the
do
George
whatever they
Soros,
see other
bro.
people do. Because I promise you, if I live on a street where every single house is burning down, I'm going to try to protect my house. But when it comes down to it, if I live in a place where every store is being looted, bro, I'm not going to eat if I don't also go in there. Yes, they have food banks and shit, but fuck, let me go get some shit too.
Nah, everybody needs food banks.
Now everybody needs food banks. And that's what's going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? In the places that need the food banks the most, they don't have them. Why? Because everybody's destroying shit. Everybody's destroying shit. And the police are egging these people on, bro. People are doing dumb shit. It was a peaceful protest and a truck just drives straight through. How the fuck you not see all that shit? He's like, oh man, I didn't know. How the fuck you not know? You didn't see a bunch of fucking people sitting down. The road says closed road. It's stupid, bro. It's stupid. And then so many people are coming up with these all lives matter. You know what I'm saying? I get so frustrated with that because I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Hey, man, Black Lives Matter. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe that just fucking happened. He just...
But that's what they're doing.
Sorry, Mo.
When you say all lives matter, you're just spitting in my fucking face.
Like, yeah, you did. You did. That was a whole fucking miss.
I didn't mean to spit. I didn't mean to spit for real. But it's just, I've been talking about this way too long. You know what I'm saying? If you go to my Facebook page, that bitch is filled with just positive negativity. And and people are saying it's a white on black thing or black on white thing. It's not. It's the people versus the system. That's it. And people that are saying,
yes,
oh, well, you care more about property than you care. I know. I care about your future because nobody's going to build your store back. That gas station that's open 24 hours that has medicine, food, and water, guess what it's going to turn into? It's going to turn into a center that you don't use. How do I know this? Ferguson did it. LA did it.
Whole Foods or something.
And you ain't going to be able to shop. You ain't going to be able to shop there.
Yeah.
You're going to be fucked. And I'm sorry. I know it's not going to be you.
Baltimore did it.
Your ass is fucked. You're going to be okay. You're fucked. You're fucked. You're okay.
He
had to be pointing at us.
As far as he had to be pointing at us. As far as me, I feel pretty much the same way. Like I understand that there's a need for change. I understand the frustrations. At the same time, and I know that it's the people, to me, the people that are the protagonists in this, that are starting this, to me it seems like it's capitalists. People are capitalizing off of those who actually want to peacefully cause change, or to protest. But at the same time, it to me, you're doing more damage than good. You're doing more harm than good in your communities, because in the long run, like you were saying, those places that are affected by the damage, the small mom and pops that are being destroyed, it's senseless.
It's fucking stupid.
And in the long run, those places are profitable, but now you're taking those out, and then you're going to start having bigger corporations like Walmart, Target, the Giant Eagles, or whatever local supermarkets you have. Those are going to start start moving out of that area because that area is basically is they're destroying themselves. And then on top of that, you're gonna end up having those communities, like with the media, the act of one person or the act of a small group of people can dictate and overshadow an entire group. So 3 people acting out in the media can be portrayed as the entire group of people. So 3 black people doing something, to those that are ignorant to the cause or just don't care or just see what's on the news, those people will now start to formulate an opinion based on everybody else. So I think that as far as violence goes, on both sides, like the radical protesters and as far as the cops as well, I think that is doing more harm than good.
I got
and like even in Cleveland, some dude had his eye dislodged by a rubber bullet. Some girl got hit. Some 16-year-old girl got hit with a rubber bullet. It hit her, and she ended up she was bleeding all over the place. She had damage. And at that point, these are people that we already know what happens. We know the result of when cops get scared. We know the result of that. So now you're having multiple people that are angry. So cops are getting more scared. And it's not right. It's not right. It's just, to me, it seems like the more that people start to get scared, that's the more action is going to happen, and the more injustice is going to happen. So to me, it's like I support it, but at the same time, I'm not going to go out there because I will be damned if I get hit in the head with some juice or some shit. Somebody throws something, and then I'm just one of the random fucking bystanders because now I'm pissed off. I'm fighting whoever the fuck who do that shit. So at that point, it's now chaos just for chaos sake. But to my heart goes out to anybody that's ever been involved in the situation and that's been dealing with it. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. It's really tough.
I got one more thing to say. I'm sorry. I know we got a time limit and shit, but a lot of things, like, you know what I'm saying.
You good.
A lot of things is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? People keep on saying, "Oh, well, it's not all cops," but those same people aren't saying, "But it's not all black people." You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I walk down the street, like, the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I travel the country. I go from place to place and I see what's going on, right? And people just don't know. I've talked to so many people that were in the that were around when the 1990 riots or when Martin Luther King riots was around, that were there, that was going through it. And guess what they said? I don't know why those people were rioting. They don't know why, because the media fucking twist shit. Stop watching CNN, bro. CNN did some fucked up shit. They were having a cast where they were like recording, not a live one, but they were recording something, and then they had one guy play gunshots to imitate that it was real gunshots, bro. Stop. I didn't know. People were like, "Oh man, I didn't know Trump was right." Trump was right. CNN is fake fucking news, bro. They're just trying to fear. News. They're trying to fearmonger. They're trying to fearmonger.
All news does is spin any story into the way that it can sell the best, and that's the way that it can entice any particular group of viewers.
But that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and go to the next one. I'm sorry for using so much time. You know what I'm saying? But
no, you're good, man. This is a good topic. We all knew this would run over a little bit. Toby, what you got for us, bro?
Oh shit, we're going me next. All right. Well, I'm actually going to kind of agree and disagree with what Bobby was saying. You want to go, you got a problem with the way that the government's handling this. By all means, go ahead and attack government buildings. My wife back here, she's got a job at Walmart. And you go and attack local businesses. It doesn't matter if they're family owned or if they're conglomerate owned or if they're whatever it is, Sprint, fucking GameStop, Walmart, Target. My wife's store employs over 800 people that are in the surrounding community. You take out that store, you take out 800 plus people's jobs. My wife doesn't just continue to work and move over to another Walmart. That doesn't mean that there's a slot available. So we're not doing any. There's a message that needs to be reached. There's a message that needs to be said. And we had a discussion, all of us had a discussion before this started about, the all lives matter versus Black Lives Matter. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It bugs the shit out of me when I see somebody post a Black Lives Matter post and it immediately gets filled up with all lives matter. Yes, all lives do matter, and we understand that. But at the same time, not all lives are currently being affected by what happened in Minneapolis or with the Rodney King riots or any of this. We say Black Lives Matter because that's where the focus needs to be right now, because the Black lives are the ones that are being put up on the endangerment list as far as these types of actions are being looked at. You can the example I gave before was you got a house fire going on in a neighborhood, and the firemen show up and they just start spraying every house with water. And somebody goes, no, this is the house that's on fire. And you're like, no, but all these houses matter. Right. But the one that needs it isn't getting the immediate attention. That's what matters. There's a message that needs to be spread, and there's a message that needs to go out. And all these riots are doing is making this message disappear, because the riots aren't being held by Black Lives Matter. They're not. The riots and everything, they're not in. From what I've seen, in my opinion, based on the things that I've seen and things that I've gathered, it's not the Black Lives Matter community that's causing these riots and this looting and everything else. They're trying to peacefully protest. They're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to go through and get their voices heard. And it's these other people that are coming in and taking advantage of a situation and the advantage of something that's going on to be selfish about it. And it's taking the message away, and it's pulling that message away. And we all need to understand that we need to work together to try to find a common solution. And right now, the problem is government. This isn't something new. You know, this oppression of Black people by police officers, it's not new. We all know that's there. But at the same time, I'm also going to say, I am one of these people that will say not all cops are bad. But just because your skin tone is different doesn't make you a criminal either. Like, you can't make assumptions based on a physical appearance or a job. You have to make your assumption based on the character of the individual. If a cop goes, like, I watched a video of a cop that pulled a lady over today, and she was choking, so he gave her the Heimlich maneuver, and then he sat her down and he asked if she was all right. At the same time, I saw another video of a cop who pulled a guy over and walked up to the car with his gun drawn for a blinker fucking not being out. Like, we can't assume that all people are bad based on their job or their race or their skin tone or whatever it be. The thing is, we have to come up with a common ground. And I do understand that maybe peaceful protests don't seem like they work, but the next escalation is not to destroy your community. The next escalation is to go to a higher level and to continue to move. Because when you get violence, and other people are like, well, they're not listening, so we get violent. Now they're paying attention. No, they're not. They're not paying attention to your cause anymore. Nobody's paying attention to your cause anymore. The only thing violence propagates is more violence, and that's it. And this is proven. The police committed violence and murdered a fucking innocent man over a counterfeit $20 bill. So more violence has been escalated because the peaceful protest didn't work. Okay, well, guess what's going to happen? Now you're going to get more people that want to be violent towards the violent fucking rioters, and it's just going to continue to escalate until you end up with a World War III style fucking situation. I was in the military for 20 years. I had people, I've had people, one idiot, and the video is on my page, this one idiot compared Black Lives Matter to ISIS. And let me tell you something. I've been in a lot of riot style situations, both overseas and in the United States. I wish I was still in the military, because I swore to defend my country to all enemies, both foreign and domestic. And right now, I have domestic enemies. My wife's life is essentially being threatened because she works at a Walmart. And there's this mentality that fuck Walmart. It's a corporation. They've got insurance. You know who doesn't? My wife. My wife doesn't have that insurance that corporation has. They're not going to cover her. They're not going to cover my family if she dies. I have to cover those costs. I have to deal with that. I have to deal with what do I do when my wife loses her job because Walmart was fucking broken into, ransacked for a bunch of fucking 72-inch TVs and a bunch of bullshit that has nothing to do with this crime. The cops need to go to jail. All four of them need to go to fucking jail. They all need to go away for a long fucking time. I don't disagree with that. I'm all about Black Lives Matter, but I am not about these fucking riots in any way, shape, or form. And if anybody ever threatens my wife, my family, or my property because of what's going on right now, you're not here for the cause. You're here to cause destruction and anarchy. I don't give a fuck what community you claim yourself part of. I don't care if you call yourself Black Lives Matter, fucking Antifa. I don't give a shit. I'm armed, and you're not fucking making it off my property alive if you come here thinking that you're going to cause destruction in the name of some bullshit. It's not going to happen. That's my feelings on it.
Good shit, Toby. Greg, what do you got on this one for us, boss?
I'm going to try to keep it short because I'm going to keep it short. So right now we've been talking about this topic for the last fucking 20 minutes, and whoever the instigators are, someone was quick already to say George Soros. I heard Toby just say Antifa, and not saying that you guys are pointing the fingers 100% at those.
Yeah, I definitely
we
not.
just spent 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I just let everybody speak. But we just spoke 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and not one mention of George Floyd, where all of this shit is happening. I don't know if anybody has protested or marched in this group. I have many times for many causes. Showed a picture earlier if any of you saw my video. But a lot of these stuff happens, and they all seem to happen when a big incident happens, and they all happen to take away from the incident. Again, here we are 20 minutes and we're talking about that. And every time, no matter who it is, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Kendra James, Alton Sterling, Freddie Gray, Nicholas Scott, Michael Gardner, Eric Gardner. I mean, we keep losing those fucking names and talk about these other things. Now, I've heard CNN, I've heard those other things, but does anybody like really research and look at independent journalists? Like, do they see the people that are out there with their cameras going live every day since this Minneapolis thing starts? Does anybody know Rod Weber, RODWEBBER? He goes live every second of the day that his phone or his camera has batteries to it, and you will see what is happening. And peaceful protests is what happened and what started it. On Wednesday, it's what started. Monday, the incident happened. Tuesday, there was nothing. There was peaceful protests. Wednesday, shit went fucking down. And the peaceful protesters were fucking met by people dressed in riot gear. And in my history and in my experience, when you dress for a riot will happen. No, I'm not going to sit here and try to spew any numbers because I don't know the numbers, but I guarantee you they're very high that these people aren't destroying their own communities. They're outside agitators coming in. I'll throw out a number and please fact check me and tell me that I'm wrong, but I'll say 80% of the damage that is happening are happening from fucking 80% of people outside of the neighborhoods. These people are angry. These people did generally try to protest peacefully. Again, I mentioned Rod Weber. He's a friend of mine, actually, from Boston, an independent journalist that he will show you. You can go and scroll through his stuff and see his stuff. The cops were doing drive-by gassing, drive-by pepper sprays, actually breaking shit, starting shit. And that was just in Minneapolis the other day. That's happening all over the place, and that's the fucking truth. Now we have the president of the United States that is talking about Antifa, and people who want to go and mention Antifa all the time. And again, track record, experience, I've seen firsthand when these Antifa kids get blamed for it. It's usually Proud Boys who are doing it. It's usually Identity Roper who is doing it. It's usually Southern Nationalists that are doing it. Nowadays, the new fucking group that's happening are the Boogaloo Boys. How fucking dumb is that? You white fucking crazy scumbag conservatives running around calling yourselves fucking boogaloo boys. Starting this shit, spray painting BLM. Now, here's another thing for you if we want to stereotype. Look at this fucking shit they're spraying on there. If my black friends that fucking spray paint, they're not going to just do a single fucking BLM. They're going to do some fucking art. They have some pride in the shit that they fucking do. And there's videos that prove it. They're outside agitators that are doing this. These people are angry. I understand they're angry. I've been angry. I've thrown my phone across the fucking room. I've punched somebody in the fucking face because I was angry. I've punched the front door. There's fucking handprints. I've gotten angry, and I've done stupid things with knee-jerk reactions. And when you have other people coming in, fucking breaking windows, saying, hey, let it go. Shit happens. Shit happens. There's no rule book for this kind of shit. But here we are for 20 minutes talking about fucking property over people. Someone died. Many have died. They're angry. Shit happens. Shit gets broken. Shit sometimes burns down. This country was fucking born on civil disobedience. It will die on civil disobedience, whatever side that you're on. Just a couple of weeks ago, we saw a bunch of white conservatives going strapped up with fucking guns, going up into their Congress, fucking up on the fucking hill up in Michigan, doing that shit. What if BLM actually did that with their fucking, and they don't go strapped up, but what if they did go up there? What if a fucking Black Power fucking a group went up there with guns? Would they have been faced differently? Would the president have been calling them good fucking people? No. Black Lives Matter. Riots sometimes happen. There's no playbook. People are angry. George Floyd died. Let's stop talking about fucking property and let's keep on talking about people.
I think the FBI would.
No. I absolutely agree with Greg, and I don't disagree. Let me interject here just for a second, because I'm one of the people that was talking about property and businesses and the rioting and things like that. I don't want my message to get misconstrued. I absolutely believe in protecting the people. I absolutely believe that what happened to George Floyd is horrendous, and we've seen too much of it. But when I talk about the destruction of these businesses and everything, I'm talking about people. I don't give a fuck about the business itself. I don't give a shit about how much Walmart loses in stock. I specifically mention about the people that live in those communities that rely on that money of those jobs to continue to work. When you start talking about riots and I understand riots happen and people get fucking angry. And I agree with Greg. And that's why I said, regardless if it's BLM or Antifa or whoever the fuck it is, people are being brought in. The majority of arrests that are being made at these riots are happening, are people that they're finding that don't live anywhere within the area. Most of them not even within the state. So something is going on, and we need to figure out what the fuck it is, and we need to come together as people. But I absolutely believe
it's the false narrative. It's the disinformation that's happening. It's Antifa and words like that are being used by fucking the leaders of this free world. When I know people who are on the fucking ground that are at every protest. I've been at protests. I've been at Berkeley. I've gotten piss thrown at me. I've been called the worst fucking things. My mother's been called the worst fucking things. Dude, I've gotten beat up. I've gotten sprayed at. I've gotten mace. I've done it. I've been there. My friends who are on the ground are saying, dudes, we're not seeing the fucking Antifa. We're seeing the Boogaloo Boys. We're seeing the Proud Boys. We're seeing Identity Europa. We're seeing fucking white conservatives doing this. That's what's being seen.
No,
that's what's being seen, but not being reported.
No, and I understand.
Please, go look at Unicorn Riot. Go check out Rod Weber. Go check out Chris Ferrone. Go check out independent journalists, Dig Boston. Go check out these things. Fuck MSNBC. Fuck CNN. Fuck Fox News. Go look at every one of those, how they describe themselves when you look them up. They're all opinions. They're opinion fucking generated. There's no facts going on there. There are guys that are getting shot by rubber bullets, sprayed by fucking mace, and out there with their fucking cameras that they paid for on nobody's agenda, but to get the fucking truth. And the truth is, outside people are coming in and fucking these places up and getting the people who were angry doing shit that they wouldn't normally do.
Yep. No,
I know that I've done some stupid things that the next day that I wouldn't have fucking done, but the anger got the best of me.
No, Greg, and I 100% agree with you. And that's all I'm trying to say is that I don't want anybody to misconstrue the things that I was saying. I absolutely agree with you. I 100%. I know that all of this is getting riled up from outside sources. I don't know the outside sources. I don't know who the fuck they are. Obviously, I just mentioned some fucking names because those are familiar names to other people. And I definitely don't agree with it. But I don't want anybody to think that because I mentioned Walmart or a Target or a fucking GameStop or somewhere that's not a business, and saying that has nothing to do with George Floyd. Because honestly, what's going on right now with these fucking riots and people going and stealing a TV or a fucking cheesecake or whatever else, you can say riots are going to happen and people are going to get angry. But you know what? That has nothing to do with justice of George Floyd. People can be as angry as they want. Flipping my car or my wife's car because it's in your path has nothing to and I understand we're all going to have disagreement.
And that's not happening on the majority of these things. Those are the big
majority
highlights.
of them,
Those are the
and I understand
that you see. Those are the things that
brother,
you see. I've seen worse shit. Well, I've seen worse shit when a fucking Boston team lost their fucking championship by a bunch of fucking angry white kids. I've seen a pumpkin festival up in New Hampshire get fucking destroyed by a white fucking by a white
brother. I get it.
What do you frat house up in the college in fucking Boston in New Hampshire? There's
Greg,
a lot of shit that's out there that's being seen.
Greg, I'm not disagreeing with you whatsoever. I am not.
But again,
I'm not.
Again, we're still talking on the riots and all that kind of shit. That's just smoke and mirrors. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about this? How are we gonna keep his name? How are we gonna get the other 3 in jail? What are we gonna do tomorrow when the other 3 do get in jail? How are we gonna vet out our police? Are they getting trained properly? These are the conversations that we need to be having while we maintain keeping George's name, Michael Brown's name, Tamir Rice's name, while we're still keeping those names alive. These are the conversations that we need to have. Who is being trained? Are they coming straight out of the military and not being retrained as a civilian? Are some of these guys coming straight out of Afghanistan and they're not going to a civilian? They're not reporting after a civilian. They're not going to check on a civilian, that they're going after the enemy. I mean,
oh, come on now. Hey, Greg, you know what?
Those are the problems.
Listen, Greg.
And I'm just throwing something out there. And please, I'm just throwing something out there like that. Are they not getting civilians not getting trained properly? I'm not going after the military. And see, here you're going again.
Greg, you absolutely just did. You absolutely just did.
No, I'm going after those, and I'm trying to figure out why they're doing it. I never wanted that was the reason why. Right. You're not hearing it. And you're doing the knee-jerk reaction right now. You're getting your emotions just like these people with their things. I'm talking about the cops and asking about training. I threw out one specific idea and you didn't let me do the other one because I said military and you jumped right on it. I'm not going after the military. I'm going after the bad policing and training. Military happened to have been my first example. By no means am I going after the military, and don't put words in my mouth. I'm trying to go after and trying to figure out what the proper police fucking problem is going on in the training that way. So please, I am not going after the military.
Yeah, police training actually sucks. I was trained as a deputy sheriff. I went to MEPS. I went to everything like that. Police training sucks. You're trained that everybody and anybody can be a threat. You're giving stories that at no point in time complacency is a thing. So that means at every point in time you are on guard because you never know who's going to attack you. What ends up happening is people see black people as a threat. So that'd be like, oh snap, they're going to attack me. Because the only stories that I heard were about how black people shot officers for parking tickets, regular tickets. And I was like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. And I started being scared of black people. And I'm black. So it's training, but yeah, we can go to the next one. Also, Toby, you are completely correct. Greg, you are completely correct. Both of you guys are talking about people. Both of you guys are trying to progress people. He's talking about his people. You're talking about the same people. These, like, jobs and forces. I talk about both of these things because I see from both sides. People need to have jobs because the government already gave out all those stimulus checks. You're kind of fucked now. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the stuff that already happened. Both of you guys are correct. But both of you guys are also wrong. That's fucked up to see it that way.
No, I'll agree with you. I'll absolutely agree with you. And Greg, I'm sorry I exploded on you, brother. I mean,
no, you good, dog.
I hear a
sorry,
lot
that's
about
I hear
about a lot about the military coming back from fucking war and then going to become police. And it's just when I hear somebody say military and they talk about this type of situation with police and not being trained and not understanding it, like we have a lot of training in this type of thing, and we have a lot more control over ourselves in these types of environments. Like people don't understand. I had to deal with a lot of this shit, and it takes a lot to push somebody in the military to doing something aggressive or violent towards another person. We live on the same mentality of not all military are good people. I'll fucking I've seen it. I've had to knock people out. I've had to butt stroke guys that I've been in the military with for 5-7 years because they were doing something fucked up. But
Toby,
the difference between me and the other 3 cops that were watching that asshole do what they did,
we would have got him off the fucking neck.
Was I took action and I knocked somebody the fuck out for fucking up. Those cops didn't, and they are accessories, 100%. Every single one of them deserves to be in jail.
That's why I'm not a deputy sheriff no more, and I started truck driving because I stepped in and I did the right thing. A mental health inmate was getting beat up by an officer because he threw piss on the officer. I threw the officer to the ground and was like, yo, get to the back of the room. And I got fired because I was attacking my own officers. I never talk about this shit. I tell people these stories, and people were looking at me like, oh, man, what's wrong with you? You saw what happened. You saw what was going on. I was like, man,
Rebels
yes,
got some
I saw
of them. He was the CEO.
People get mad and they do things and they constantly do things and then they want to be one-sided. But I'm so sorry, but like it's like that's why I stopped doing what I was doing.
All right, y'all. Rolo,
Greg, I have nothing but respect for you, by the way, brother. I fucking love your face.
What you got for us, boss?
I agree with both of these gentlemen.
I wasn't going after the military. I was just cut off.
I know, brother.
Mad love and respect for you, dude.
I know,
I wasn't going after the military.
I got it.
I agree with both of you gentlemen, and it's a conversation that I just had with my daughter not too long ago because she was asking me about what I thought about everything going on and whether I was going to comment on it on social media. And I personally feel like this is definitely a civil rights situation and problem here in this country.
Absolutely.
And the main issue is that we've become so forgetful and so mainstream on entertainment and on getting fed information instead of researching information on our own that we've gotten lost. We're quick to forget as a country. We're quick to forget that a little bit ago we were talking about immigration problems. A little bit ago we were talking about women's rights. And for the fucking my history of being alive and being an American, I've always seen these situations occur where we're having problems with the police, African Americans, and minorities in general. There's just this something that occurs. We riot, we protest, we try to do something, and then as soon as something else comes up on the media, everything is forgotten. And I believe strongly that as long as we are continuously divided as a country, and I'm talking about not based on skin tone, because my fiance is Caucasian. You guys are some of my closest friends, and we all come from different backgrounds. But the problem is that we're all divided because we all feel like we're talking about something completely different. It's like one person is defending, their background and their story, and the other one is defending their background and their story, even though they're both valid and you guys are both talking about the same things. We're set at odds ends because we believe that we're so different when we're not. We're just asking for the same equalities as everybody else. We just want to be treated exactly the same. I don't want any extra privilege. I wouldn't want it in the country of my parents' nationality. I wouldn't want it in Mexico. I wouldn't want it here in the US where I was born. Like, I wouldn't want anything extra other than the fact that everybody, my neighbors, my friends, everybody gets the same equal treatment. And that is just not true. It's just not something that is currently happening. And it's sad. It's sad because above all else are just those basic human rights of being able to survive, of not being afraid to go jogging, not being afraid of going to the store, not being afraid of seeking like a better life for yourself, because that's what we came to this great country for. That's what our ancestors came to this great country for, is an opportunity, is the ability to change. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Asian, whatever the fuck. We all came here to build something new. And it just saddens me that, you know, a man lost his life and we're focused on whether one movement is more important than the other, whether it's a human's fucking life. It's a man's life. And we all saw it happen on a fucking video. How morbid, how embarrassing is that? That a civil servant, somebody that we pay, somebody that we hire, this government that we pay, we're mostly afraid of fucking like asking them to protect us. That's what they're here for. They work for us. We don't fucking work for them. They're not here to police us. We don't live in a police fucking state. We live in a free fucking nation, and these individuals are there, or supposed to be there, to help us. I just don't understand. I just feel like the world is going crazy, and it's a shame. It's a shame that we have to explain these things to our kids. It's a shame that I don't know, that we can't just live as fucking people on one stupid ass planet that we're destroying. But that's a whole different topic. That's my standpoint.
Our kids will enjoy that one day.
Protect and serve.
They are the most compassionate generation that we have.
I absolutely agree with Greg, and I saw that.
We need like a Children of the Corn movement. We need a Children of the Corn movement without all the murder and shit.
Yep. Yeah. And I saw Greg post something. I don't remember if it was a comment that you made, Greg, or if it was a video. I'm pretty certain it was a comment on a video that you made, and I couldn't agree with it more. Our children are going to be the one to fix this. We have raised the most compassionate generation of individuals this country will have ever seen. By the time they're our age, I can only pray that their compassion continues to carry over to one another, and that this type of thing won't be a thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I could not agree with more of what Greg said in that one individual comment. I was like, I've never related to something so much in my life. My oldest son, who unfortunately passed away, which I have not made a joke about him this whole broadcast. And we all understand why, I'm sure. Don't get me wrong, he's still dead. He was the most compassionate person I ever knew in my life. My youngest son, who was close friends with my oldest son, who is still dead. Those two understand more people and more. They've never seen anybody for color. They've never judged anybody based on their income. Nothing. And I cannot agree with Greg's comment more. Of our children are the most compassionate generation that this country has ever seen, and hopefully by the time they become adults, we can finally start taking steps beyond this.
I'm not.
I think they might be.
I'm low key a little bit scared though, because
is nothing but a mixed race.
Oh, absolutely.
We're on that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared though, because like
we're doing our part.
Nation there is, and I think by the time that my shit,
I mean, like, oh no, I'm listening, but like, I'm a little bit scared about that, because there's nobody that's like coming out of high school. I know this is gonna be a messed up situation, and I know everybody's not gonna agree, but everybody's coming out of high school obese. They're coming out of high school not going into special forces or actually doing things like football has been like dying down. And I know this is like, these are things, but like the quality of people that are coming are it's like, it's good that they're compassionate, but like at the same time,
Greg and I have been.
They ain't gonna be able to do shit for themselves. Like,
buddy, it's a whole different breed. It's a whole different future that we're about to see. It's all about evolve or die, right? So
Exactly.
let's look at it like this, and I've used this example a couple of times. And this is the way our world is going, whether it's fucking electric cars, AI, all this kind of shit. Gen X, we were born and raised in the era where the internet was invented, right?
Yep.
The millennials, they grew up with it. Now the Gen Z kids, these kids are growing up in it. Now everybody's quick to say that, oh, the kid's fucking locked in his bedroom. He's just playing on his game. What's going on? These kids don't go outside anymore. They don't socialize, this, that, and the other. You guys play games more than I do. You guys socialize on the games more than I fucking could even fathom. So my son has 3 kids that he hangs out with and plays hoop with sometimes, but he knows about 50 kids that he socialized with on his game. And that's just how it is. And that's how it's gonna be. Our future is digital. These kids are brilliant. You know, my dear friend Brooke, the backbone of the Picnic Project, her daughter Jordan, fucking brilliant young lady, is graduating from fucking University High School this year, and she's graduating. She got her AA degree before she got her high school diploma. These dual enrollments, these students that they're going. My son is a fucking brilliant kid. The future is very promising. The future is different. And I don't know one obese kid, so I don't know where you are. My son is about fucking 80 pounds soaking wet, and his friends are no fucking bigger. So I don't know what you're seeing.
Let me add on kind of what Greg was saying. So I have been distanced from my in-laws because when Joseph was alive, my in-laws who live up in the mountains of Virginia, and they, you know, my oldest son, Joseph, was never really about the outdoors and doing a bunch of stuff outside. He wasn't about hunting, and which is what they're all about. And one day they both cornered me and they told me I was a horrible fucking father because my son didn't want to be part of this. Hold on, wait.
Come on,
Don't forget, Rebel
going.
still
He's
has to
not
go,
going to
y'all.
change it. I'm going to lip sync it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I thought I just was nobody's hearing. Anyway, I'm going to speed this up. So my son couldn't. They told me I was a horrible father because my son didn't look at the things that they saw. Hey, Rolo, can we move it off of Greg because you're going to keep lip syncing me? All right. So, but I was told I was a bad father because my son wanted to be in his room and he wanted to hang out and he wanted to play fucking video games. And I was like, you guys don't understand. This is a different generation than yours. This is a different generation than mine. What you see is just hanging out in his room and playing fucking Call of Duty or whatever you think he's doing. That's his way of socializing. He's got about 40 or 50 friends that he communicates with online every day because unlike when I was growing up, I could go out and I could ride my bike and my parents wouldn't give a shit about me until dinner time after the lights went down. You can't do that with your kids anymore. And this is what my kid does. He socializes online. My youngest now does the same thing. And I give him shit all the time, but at the same time, he understands I'm pretty much joking. He's in his room and he's online, he's on Twitch or he's doing whatever, but he's interacting with his friends in the safest way he can think of doing it. I don't disagree with the way that my son socializes. My sons, both of them were extremely compassionate people. I've got one that was and one that is. And they're compassionate people and they learned from us. We were the next most compassionate. And now we're moving it down and they're going to be more compassionate. And it's going to continue to waterfall that way to where eventually we can only pray. I may not even be around by that time, but I can only pray that things get better because of the way that we each teach the next generation. And that's all.
Facts. I was actually one of those kids that was inside of my room, not socializing, and I think I turned out great. You know what I'm saying? I influenced the world, so.
First of all, this is why y'all come to Four Little Words, right? You like this shit. You like seeing us get into these topics. You like seeing us do what we do. You like seeing us get into this. But I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and try to wrap it up. We're running a little over tonight, but you know what? When you do stuff like this, sometimes you're gonna roll over a little bit. Okay. Like Greg, Toby, Bobby, Eddie, John, Mo, most of y'all watching. This entire thing is about why someone died that didn't have to die. Why the last one died that didn't have to die. Why the one before that died didn't have to die. And I agree with everything Greg and Toby and y'all were piggybacking on, that the generation we're raising, my kids are going to be 4 and 5 this year. You know, I think we're all trying to raise better kids, raise better than us, better than our parents, better than our grandparents, better than all the bullshit we've had to see and hear. And a lot of us, if you had to unteach ourselves some of the shit we heard and saw growing up. It's about that overreach. It's about that kind of shit not being okay. It's never okay for somebody to lose their life for nothing because, well, this guy has a badge, so he gets to decide if this guy lives or dies, which, by the way, that third-degree murder shit is bullshit, and I think everybody can agree on that one.
Yep.
I think everybody's on the same page with third-degree murder. First of all, I don't even think that's a charge in every state. That's how bullshit it is.
Let's say I don't say it's going to be really, really hard to prove first-degree murder.
Right. I don't think it'd be first. I think maybe second. But I think they're also trying to get him for manslaughter, or maybe what third degree is there. I'm not sure how it goes.
Essentially,
that's an added charge.
That's
okay.
Accidental. Yeah, that's accidental.
Okay. And it definitely was negligence. It definitely was. I don't know. Like I was a CO for a few years. John was in law enforcement. Toby was in the military. I don't know of any detaining technique where they tell you to put your leg over the back of the guy's neck when he's on the ground, and you have 3 other guys standing around you to detain the one guy.
Take his
it was
hand
negligence.
out of his pockets. Put
it
one
was
hand on
it
the
was
back
it
of
was
his
negligence,
head and the other hand on his back.
It was negligence, and it was the simple. He didn't give a fuck. That's what it was. He didn't fucking care. That's the problem. And like we said before, when somebody says Black Lives Matter, we all know. Everybody knows that everybody's life matters, but at this moment in time, it's majority of these situations happening for no fucking reason. Yeah. Absolutely no fucking reason for an officer that is supposed to protect and serve. Let me tell you one more time. Protect and serve. Serve. Not kill a guy for... From my understanding, didn't have a weapon that wasn't threatening. You can't be a threat when you have 3 other buddies and the guy's handcuffed. I'm sorry.
Never
threat
even
neutralized.
Never
threat
even
neutralized. Threat. The threat was there was no reason for you to be on that motherfucker.
You know what
at that
happened?
Point.
You know what happened? He was sitting at the wall, right? He was having a heart attack. He slid down the wall. When he dropped over to the thing, he's big as shit. So when he fell over from the heart attack, they got on top of him. He could not breathe. That's what they're saying he died from, his heart attack. That's what they're trying to get away with.
Yeah, well.
No.
They'll try anything.
This
is what it comes down to.
Did the autopsy report actually come out? I didn't see that.
Google it. You can Google it. It's right there. My bad, Rebel.
You're good, man. What I think we're all in agreement that we want to close out on is, number one, hold people accountable. Like those officers, there's no fucking reason why you should have stood there. I'd have been like, dude, what the fuck? Get the fuck off of him. Like, we're all here. What the fuck's he gonna do? Get off of him. There's no reason for you to be on top of that dude right now. Be better, man. Make people around you be better. Make the people you hang out with be better. Make your kids better. Don't let your kids grow up thinking the same way some of us grew up, thinking, or the people tried to make us think. And like as you said, we all try to get on the riots, and most of us agree that none of us are okay with it. But it still goes back to we should be less okay with the fact that an officer who we pay to protect and serve. I'm gonna say that again: protect and serve. Killed a guy for absolutely no reason. And that's the shit that everybody's fucking tired of. And it's not, you can back the blue all fucking day long and still be like, that guy's a fucking piece of shit. You can do that, believe it or not. I got a bunch of buddies, like Bobby said earlier, I worked in corrections for 3 years, man. I got a lot of buddies that are cops. As a matter of fact, one of my buddies that's a cop who actually just recently became police chief at a town around here is at the protest right now, recording the cops tear gassing for no fucking reason. And he's like, oh, they don't know who the fuck he is. They don't know that he's going to run that shit up and be like, why the fuck y'all doing this shit? They don't know who the fuck he is. But this is the shit that's fucking happening. If somebody fucks up because they're a negligent fucking idiot. That's what he was. He was a negligent fucking cunt. Did I do that right, Greg? Cunt. He was a cunt. And now we're trying to play, oh shit. Nice hard tea. See, I tried to get my tea in there.
I think we nailed the cunt of the week this week.
There we go. Yeah, that's our cunt of the week. I don't remember his name, and you know what? His name's not fucking important. I don't fucking care what his name is. His name is Cunt. That's his fucking name. George Floyd is who everybody needs to remember. I don't know why I'm swinging duct tape around. I'm sorry. I got hands. I don't know what to do with my hands right now. It was aggressive. It's that gorilla duct tape, man. It's super hard. That's what everybody needs to be focused on. That's what you need to be like, this shit's not fucking okay anymore. There was no reason for that to happen. There's no reason. There was a recent incident that I saw that I was very happy to hear about. Cops did a kick door on a guy, kicked down the wrong fucking door on a dude's house. He opened fires on the fucking cops, killed one of them. They arrested the guy and tried to get him for fucking murdering a peace officer. Well, guess what? He got off because the cops kicked in his door without a fucking warrant. That's how that shit's supposed to go.
And there's a little bit more to that story too.
Right.
His girlfriend was shot and killed inside the house, and she was an EMT
exactly.
worker.
Exactly.
They no knock warrant the fucking wrong house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Open fire. He returned fire. His EMT girlfriend fucking died, and he went to jail.
Yeah, went to jail, and he got off. Which is exactly what should have fucking happened. Because if you serve a no-knock warrant, you're performing a kick door. That's what you're doing. That's a kick door. You're not protecting and serving shit. You're not doing anything within your rights. You are performing a kick door on an innocent, free American. And guess what happened to you? You got shots fired back at you, which is what's going to happen sometimes. And he got off as he very well should have.
I think it should happen all the time. I truly believe, and I know this is going to be probably like a thing that a lot of people don't agree with, but I feel like everybody should practice their Second Amendment right to bear arms.
Oh, entirely. But I agree entirely. But we're going to spiral off on something else on that, John, if we start getting into that. But I entirely agree. But that's the kind of stuff everybody's tired of, man. Everybody's tired of seeing this shit. Let me tell you this right now. I'm tired. I don't want to see it no more, man. I don't want to see it no more. I remember the day 2 years ago when Bobby and fucking Chocolate Drop found out they were having a boy. Now I don't want to see the day that I got to hear that something happened to that boy because of fucking what he looks like. I don't want to see that day. I remember the day. He said, it's a boy. Sent a picture of his ding ding to the group chat. He said, it's a fucking boy. Happy as shit. I don't want to see the day where that fucking goes away. I've known this man fucking 7 years. I've never seen him smile ever until that day. He's like, oh my God, I'm happy. Okay. But that's the kind of shit people are tired of, man. He does love his daughters. He just really wanted that boy on that number 3. Okay. And that's what people are tired of, man. Stop fucking, well, I'm back in the blue. Back to fucking blue, man. Back in the blue means holding the shitty ones fucking accountable for the bullshit they do.
Facts.
Back in the blue means saying you're a fucking cunt. You fucking murdered somebody. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's what that fucking means. That doesn't mean you fucking, oh, well, there's the cops. You should have fucking done jumping jacks when they fucking told you to because they didn't have a fucking reason. That's not what the fuck that is.
Look, people are always trying to say there's a few bad apples. You know what I'm saying? Rolo, you have the video? Let's go. Let's.
But here's the thing, man. Whenever.
I got one thing before that plays again, Rolo. I'd like to say this. My brother-in-law, his last name is Officer Darren Blowert. He works for Minneapolis Police Department. He's a good man. I worry for his safety on a daily basis. He does not condone, and he has condemned the actions of these officers on a daily basis. And yeah, that's all. Like I pray for him every day. I pray for everybody that's in every single one of these cities that's going through a riot. I pray for George Floyd's family. It's just fuck, man. It's just a fucked up situation. And the only way we can get through this is by standing together and going after the opposition, which is our government, our police facilities, the way that they do their training, and the vetting process that they have for police. And yeah, I just
so with that, I know this is going to be a like just run on a little bit. Even with the training, they do the training on your day off. And I know this is probably like something like, oh, you should just go to the training. Yo, if you work in 12 hours and then 12 hours and then on your day off you got to go in for 8 hours, you don't have free time. So the people that are officers, I feel for them as well, because they constantly, because I went through it. Bro, when I tell you that shit fucking sucks, especially when you're sitting inside of a cell and people are spitting at you, throwing stuff at you, and you can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have the strong enough mindset to do it. That's why they have psychological tests to go into it. And some people just move through the cracks. It's a hard, stressful job, and it fucking sucks.
I remember one time, John, and then after I'm going to say this, and then we're going to kick it to Rolo so we can roll that video and get out of here. When we were working 12-hour shifts at the jail, they had my training one time. I got off at 6 a.m. My training was 8 to 5 that day. So I had to work a 12-hour shift and then go straight to training for 8 hours after working 12
hours, dog. I had, like, there was some days, because we're so short, some people work 16. There was one day I worked 28 hours inside of the prison, inside of a mental health building, because nobody else wanted to go in that bitch.
Hey.
Yep. All right, y'all. Rolo, roll that video, boss. Let's see it.
But here's the thing, man. Whenever the cops gun down an innocent black man, they always say the same things, man. They always say the same thing. It's like, well, it's not most cops. It's just a few bad apples. It's just a few bad apples. Bad apple. That's a lovely name for murderer. That almost sounds nice. Hey, here's the thing. I know it's hard being a cop. I know it's hard. I know that shit's dangerous. I know it is, okay? Some jobs can't have bad apples, okay? Some jobs, everybody gotta be good. Like pilots. American Airlines can't be like, you know, most of our pilots like to land. We just got a few bad apples that like to crash in the mountains.
I love Chris Rock, man.
Greg, you got a straight face through that whole thing. Greg didn't laugh a bit. He was like, man,
I didn't hear a thing
right here.
I've known one bad apple who was a pilot when I was back in Monk's school.
In Monk's school.
I knew one bad apple. He was a pilot.
We had to kick him into shape.
I don't know about you guys, but I totally enjoyed that video. It was intriguing.
I love Chris Rock.
Bobby, you didn't hear none of that?
No, we didn't hear nothing. So we assume it was really good.
Oh, it's Chris Rock, so you know it was good. It's Chris Rock, so you know it was good. Listen, y'all,
I didn't hear it either. I was making a joke. I thought it was video.
We need to. I think we need to roll on out of here. We ran a little way over, but to sum it up, y'all, be good to people, man. Keep check other people being good to people, regardless of what the fuck they look like, who they choose to fuck, who they choose to worship, what color their favorite color is, or fucking if Bobby wants to wear a Speedo, that ain't my business.
The golden rule, brother. The golden rule. Treat others like you wish to be treated yourself.
And bingo. Rolo on us, us on out of
Don't be
here,
a
man.
cunt.
Don't be a fucking cunt.
We'll have cunt of the week next week.
All right,
I'm
guys.
sure
Thank you so much for
this,
tuning into
this thing will
Four-Letter
find
Word
some-
on this lovely Sunday. Please stay safe out there. Please give a round of applause to all of our hosts for tonight. I know you guys are from home, but thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And we will all catch you next Sunday. Be
Bye,
here.
y'all.
Brother, this is the way.